In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. Imagine that, a future that's super black. Long as your skin brown, your superpowers intact. What would your powers be? Just hope it ain't super whack. Spatial manipulation, create a portal that's black. Maybe just super speed, time travel to run it back. Or cheat manipulation to keep my spirit intact. As I encounter evils the world face, demons the world makes, I'm needed the world at stake. Rest in peace to Chadwick, they killed all the Black Panthers. Told us white lies, I still marvel at black answers. Suits in DC, pray it lead to a civil war. It ain't no Justice League, what's the need to be civil for? Propelled like the juggernaut, it's clear ain't no stopping this. The world in grave danger, who can stop the apocalypse? They killed all the heroes, the new ones don't really care. But if you need me, put your fist up in the air. Yeah, in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black.
Hey everybody, guess what today is? It's Thursday, and it's your man on the wall, Chris Fury, back with another great episode, because what episodes do we have that ain't great? Blerd's Eye View. If this is your first time here, shout out to everybody that's over in IG and Twitch and on the YouTube channel. And while you're at the YouTube channel, or if it's your first time here, go over to the YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. And by the way, thank you for that 1,700. Because Lord, did we triple in less than 2 weeks? Thank you. To those people out there who are watching us, that you enjoy what we're doing, you like what we're doing, and most of all, you're learning about what we're doing. So thank you once again. In that case, with all due repair, I need a bigger ship. And you'll find out soon why. But first off, second in command, what's going on?
Hi.
Mission.
No, I'm listening. I checked in on the Instagram side, and let me tell you about the delay that's over there.
Oh yeah, it's a delay. It's like
Lord.
like a
everybody.
30-second delay or something like that.
It's however long it took for me to realize I was on screen. That's how long the delay was. Oh, hi. Good evening. Hi. How's everybody doing?
Yeah.
17 goddamn hundred, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were looking at what, $6.95 one day, and then out of the sky blue.
Yeah, we here.
Y'all came.
We got a squad. We got a posse.
We're doing something right. So let's keep those numbers climbing. Thank you everybody out there for doing that. So
tell your friends.
Tell your friends, tell everybody. We here to stay.
We like
Gria the horror. What's happening?
Hold on.
It's about to be a theme in here in a short minute.
You already know. Listen, first of all, looking like Black Beauty and looking like an assassin right there. Okay.
That was. I was like, you know what? It's cold outside. I was gonna change into my avatar shot. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, bitch. It's giving
looking like a black,
but I'll kill you.
Out here.
I only bring in the best of the best.
That's right.
Thank you.
And these ladies are the best.
We follow after your lead, Captain.
Quiet.
So
I enjoy your leadership, sir.
With thank you. With that, we are introducing two more to the crew. Whoop-de freaking do.
Let's go.
Mute. You on mute. Oh yeah, she's officially part of the. She is official. That's how you know.
Okay,
that's how you know.
Now. And that was your initiation, and she's won.
You are with us, my child.
Yes, because I definitely go on mute the whole time. So
We also have Chloe in the building, aka Show Yo.
Hey!
Hey, what's up, y'all?
The crew grows
What's up?
exponentially.
It's the dance for me. I'm not gonna lie. I was just like Lenny, and I was looking at that T-shirt, like, wait a minute, this is giving. It's the all black fit for me.
Hey,
Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you.
ladies
It
is
is
running
giving
things.
such
I might,
assassin
I'm-
vibes.
I might have to let them run
I'm-
the ship one night. I
I
don't
was
just
inspired
say.
to do Woman from Afro.
Oh,
Bro,
yes.
yes.
There you
Shout out
go.
to Anthony Jefferson, because damn.
But I got to get the twist
on
out
the
ain't
way.
quite ready yet. That's tomorrow.
So
That's all good.
we got the Games Master coming up. Navy.
Hey,
What's
baby.
going
Hey,
on?
baby.
You got all the new Queen Melanation up in here. You know, I had to come. I had to represent. You know, I've been wearing this all day.
Hey.
Oh, look at this.
You know,
Oh, the milk chocolate squad.
We're almost simpatico. Look at that.
I missed the black t-shirt memo.
I don't. It's the
Go
last
also,
day of Black
real
History
quick.
Month. You all right?
Go
You all right? You all
right.
right? That's black enough.
and
That's
that's
black
and
enough.
that
You
works
count.
just
That's
fine.
what's up. That's what's up.
It counts. It counts.
Who's the one underneath? Is Malcolm, Harry?
It's
who else?
Malcolm, Harriet, Martin, Maya, and Frederick.
Hey.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
oh, yeah,
Okay.
registered-
Now that
Wow.
counts. You
registered
in?
place.
You
That's all I
in? You
gotta say.
good?
What we got, Navy?
Shout outs to Ray Comics out here. Their series Alchemist. This is so dope. TJ Sterling and the crew put this together, y'all. Alchemist
Looks
is amazing because it is basically a STEM comic, and it is coming about a young man who happens to have a superpower element that is now being hunted down by beings from the future who want to take it from him and take it back to their time. And he doesn't realize, so his X gene just popping up. But this is such a dope,
Why does that
Comment.
backstory sound so familiar to me?
huh? Go figure. Who'd have
Because
thunk
we live it, damn it.
it? Go check out Ray Comics, y'all. They are TJ and the crew, man. He is always a sweet dude, and I love the art. The art on this is just
That does look
spectacular.
clean.
This right here is gonna be
Amazing.
one of the crew here as their cosplay. So I don't know who's gonna pick this up. Just letting y'all know. So just letting y'all know right here.
Oh,
Let me
He
drop a
says that-
couple
He
pounds.
says that as the challenge.
I
knock
am
off another
weak.
20. I can knock
Not
off another
the
20.
drop of Jesus. Lord.
Listen.
All y'all got this. I don't even want to hear it. All y'all got this. I don't even want to
That
hear it.
looked like old girl from X-Men. Like she's real tight. So you know, yeah,
Snatch it
gotta
down.
get my Jennifer Lawrence on. Okay, I gotta
Lord.
get my
I'll be
real quick.
first. I like my queen superheroes to be thick, okay? Because that way I know that y'all have been through.
Wait a minute.
Y'all
wait a
have
minute,
been
boo.
through.
Oh no!
Okay.
Please,
Tiger
please
stripes
believe.
Listen,
are
I have
gorgeous.
been
I don't care
through.
what anyone says. I love tiger stripes. Let's go.
Listen, look, they ain't going nowhere. I said I'd lose 20 pounds. I didn't say I was gonna be a skinny bitch.
I'm
What's gonna be a
done.
skinny bitch?
That's what I said.
I don't want you to be skinny.
Let's not get it twisted. The curves is still there. The
That
walking
is-
with the
Good.
problem is still there.
Good.
Oh,
I'll go back to the manufacturer and file a complaint. Just saying.
Cinematic assassin.
Not
What do
being
you
on
got?
Screen. Prove it.
Hey,
Oh, look at this dude.
how you
First,
doing?
let's get into this backdrop real quick.
Okay.
Do we making big?
Got my shit
Yes.
popping real quick.
Let's,
Yeah,
see,
'cause
let's see
I
what
can't
you
do
got.
it.
'cause
He was going to come through with something. So I came prepared. I have a whole Black History haul real quick, but just give you something light off the top. You know.
Hey, I actually seen that I seen that pop one over
Nice.
at Walmart. It was
The
shocking.
Lost Years. Wait a minute. The Lost.
I mean,
Yeah, there
you
were
know,
lost years. Yeah.
They have it at Target. That's why I got mine.
Oh,
I don't have a good Target. I have a city Target. It's trash.
you got a Target, not a
Honey,
Target.
but-
Correct.
Yeah, those are different.
And the
They're
teeth
they're
fell
like
off.
they're like
No,
a-
she got a
Other
bullseye,
side
not a
gets by. I
target.
don't understand.
Yeah.
they're like express targets. They're like built different.
Mm.
Way different.
Look, I
As soon
remember.
as I said
And-
that, Lady Mandalore got mad.
As
He said,
on
"It's not a
cue.
target is a bullseye."
Spartans in building. As
Oh
on
boy,
cue.
buddy. How do you upset you this time?
I'm weak.
Oh my God! Look at this! Look at this!
You're on
Look like he's
mute.
going through
Mute.
it.
Why are
He's
you
on
muted?
mute.
Oh, talking shit
Got
in the
him.
private chat and got himself a lick.
There you go.
I'm gonna leave you alone, Desiree, right now because I keep getting you got to be bad, you got to be bold from your side right now. I can literally hear it as you moving.
And
No,
ladies
say
and
that.
gentlemen, welcome to the crew.
Slow motion.
That's a
Nene,
fire
really?
too.
See,
Shout
Kira's
out to
one of the
Safari.
one-
His B-day is coming up. So
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
he
Kira
gets
got
a-
that look, and she would stare at you across the room, and you would feel her staring, and you look over and go, "Why are you looking at me?" And then you're trying to
Mhm.
find a little
Because she's
exit.
I got that.
already-
I got a similar look from Lady Mandalore last year at BlerdCon, but it wasn't like I did something wrong. It was just like, what are we doing? It was,
That sounds about right.
it was just
I
like,
believe it.
Captain, we all right? I'm like,
Hmm.
we're good. It was like,
Do I need to
well,
fix something?
No. Oh no.
I like to
no.
fix. I can fix it. It'll be quick.
Yo fixing comes with bail money. No.
We got
No,
credits.
who's coming? I didn't say I was
but
going to
you're
jail. I
crazy.
said I would fix it,
Oh no, they wouldn't. They wouldn't.
Like
They,
yours, no?
sir.
I
wouldn't take
see.
us-
I see people. I see people in a corner crying.
I don't.
That's
They wouldn't take us in the downstairs part. They wouldn't take us downstairs. They not all of us together.
Mm-mm. I just think Kira.
No, because if they take her, I'm coming like you got something that belongs
I'm
to
not
me.
going to.
Here's the
So-
beauty part. You send Kira in. People come out screaming. The world is at peace.
The world is at peace.
I like that.
That's about right.
Nobody will suspect her.
Either that or he comes out.
Nobody
The,
suspects the cute one.
either that or he comes out the gate saying, "Hey, you take her back, please. This ain't happening. I know about you. I didn't know you had one with you." That
Send the one they never suspect.
It's kind of how the job.
Listen,
works.
I
Why
need you
would
to
you
stop
send-
talking. You're
why would
talking
you
real
send
loud,
me?
my guy. I need you to settle, simmer, settle.
I don't know, Navy. You look like you kind of cleared out some bars, sir. So I believe you alone. You got that look
I need
like
you to stop calling me out, okay? What happened in Rio stayed in Rio.
Oh,
I didn't even mention Rio. That was on
$6,000
you.
oh, that's a guilty
Mention
conscience.
Rio. That was on you.
Not
I didn't say
real.
Rio where, now did I?
Don't do that.
Not real. That sounds like a heist that we did, and it was just like,
I'm weak.
wait, what happened at Rio? We don't.
It's giving
Who's
Let's talk
collateral.
about Rio.
Because nothing is stronger than family.
It's just like that talk that Natasha and Clinton Barton had. Like, yeah, that time in Budapest. What the fuck happened in Budapest?
Still don't know.
We still don't know.
Right.
Budapest.
So
Hi,
whatever happened
everybody.
in Rio.
Greetings. Welcome to the
Hi.
pod.
Hey.
Welcome.
So I can't believe it's Thursday.
Ooh.
I can't either. Tomorrow's my actual Friday, literally.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh,
Not
I'm
fast enough.
come on weekend. Come on weekend.
Come on and stay for a little bit. I'm just saying.
Mhm.
Because I don't
Can we-
remember last weekend for shit.
Can we say love and prayers and good vibes to all the folks at ChromaCon because they
Dear
have
Lord.
gone through
Mhm.
it.
Did they
My
I have
get
never
so,
been
so
to my
speaking
city.
speaking of ChromaCon, did they find another venue?
They did, but it came with a lot of conditions. I'm on their Discord. When I tell you them folk are working and busting their ass to get it done, unfortunately, vendors can't come because they have 100 vendors, but they only have room for 30. So
Oh my
they're not
God.
going to let any of them come.
Ooh.
So it's going to be just attendees.
Wow.
And
What?
it's it's constant. I don't know where the new venue is, to be honest. But I'm definitely reading up on this, and oh, goodness, Kiba and the crew.
Shout out to the crew over at ChromaCon because they really did try to
Wow.
put a big a good thing together.
Mhm.
Yes.
And just circumstances just was not on their side. So
Hilton. That's we can call out what it is.
Sometimes.
We can call it is. The fucking
Right.
Hilton.
it was the
Call
Hilton,
it out.
wasn't it? It was the Hilton, wasn't it? And last minute calls to them, and yeah, it was ugly. I hated to see it. It was like it's imploding, and I hate seeing that.
Mm.
You know, especially when it's especially a Black Rancon. On top of that,
Mhm.
it's when we are pride. I don't want to say priding ourselves, but we stand on business to support said Black owned cons, and when they really are putting in the work,
If it was
Mhm.
Napkin Con, all that, none of this would have happened.
Yeah, so
Mm.
yeah.
I have this can't happen everywhere because everywhere don't have it. Why don't we start looking we, the collective we, the queens we, start looking into places that are
Just push
owned.
us out. Okay, I see how this
No,
works.
you know what the hell I mean. The British queen. Whatever. You know what I mean. Not that
You
whole
said the queens we. There's 4 queens.
Yeah.
the royal we, us. That's what like cousins and
The
aunties and
collective.
uncles and siblings, all y'all.
I knew what Kira meant, but still.
I know. I'm going back to the kids table. Okay, I'm going back to the kids table.
But go ahead. So what were you saying?
Why we need to start collaborating with Black-owned hotels. We need to start collaborating with Black-owned establishments. I know there are like, I don't want to say Airbnbs, but like ranches, plantation. I don't know about
there's actually not plantations, but
no plantation. No, and you know what I meant though, like big open spaces that are Black.
There is actually an association for Black-owned hotels and resorts that I'll put out. Damn it, I don't remember the name of the organization. I'll put it in the chat, but I would highly suggest those that do Black cons in those areas reach out to them, just because they're more susceptible to not putting a lot of conditions on us. Say the vis-a-vis napkin hotels.
Cough. Find them. Cough.
Yeah, if it's the one I'm thinking of, but I can't, like you, Spartan, I can't think of the name, but I've seen them before. I've even posted it before. Yeah. So if we can, I agree, Lady Mandalore, we might need to start looking elsewhere toward places that are more accepting and look like us. I mean, we hate to be that one, but at the same time, we don't, because
I want to be comfortable, and I want the people that are putting things together that make me comfortable to also be comfortable. I'm not with the slick shit no more. Fuck them. On the price of everything. Fuck them.
Not to mention, they would understand certain plights that we go through. Being a business themselves and then having to build that up, so they have a more understanding of what's happening. So I think it's just imperative. Shout out to Queenie Cosplays for several reasons. One, she celebrated her birthday as well, and she's in the new cosplay magazine. So Aaron's being featured in one of the cosplay magazines. So shout out to Queenie Cosplays. So
she is such a sweetheart. Oh my gosh, she is such a sweetheart.
So that's it. That's it. That's the one.
So the latest update they just posted about 15 minutes ago says, good evening, everyone. We apologize for the delay. The address for the new venue is off of Greenmount Avenue. Is a place called Open Works. They're graciously opened their doors for us to be able to do our best and provide our attendees with a con. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are going to be from 9 to 8 and 9 to 6. Unfortunately, we are still holding out hope to provide enough space to house our vendors and panels by the morning. But in the meantime, please visit our vendors on the Eventi page. So when we tell y'all, when these Black-owned cons are out here working, y'all need to stop putting money into these cons that don't give a shit about us. Stop doing that and stop bitching that we're not perfect, okay? Because that is just so fucked up that you want this, but it comes with conditions.
As Tafari says, there's a page where you can voice your concerns, saying, "Hey, this was good. However, you might have dropped the ball over here for whatever reason." Because we get it, we know people who run cons. It's not easy
at all.
It's not. It's stressful. It's not easy. It's stressful. I don't know how Hilton does it every year. I
mean, just the insurance alone is a headache.
You know, so I mean, there is no downtime. Like, you might get 24 hours at best after the con is over, because then you're planning for the following year. So it is by no means an easy task. But I commend those who really are putting their foot in it to build something that represents us. Right.
I know Spartan put it in the comment section, but it's the place, or the people are called the National Association of Black Hotel Owners, Operators, and Developers.
Not only do they pool resources, they do actually show you how to actually join the hospitality industry. So it's also a doorway in. That's the reason why I'm like, cons, Black people, hotels, resorts, come together.
Yeah, it can be done. It can be done. So Shout out to the team over at ChromaCon. We wish you nothing but the best, and I hope this thing turns around for you in a very positive manner. Because, and here's the other thing: they were very forthcoming. They were very upfront. They didn't hide their hand from anything. This is what we're looking for: transparency. So if it starts to kind of buckle somewhere, at least you're getting up front and saying, "Hey, we're really trying. XYZ is happening." Something,
know. They're not like other places like Black Sands.
Wow.
Shots fired.
For the record, me and Spartan kind of been on a thing today. I don't know what it is.
Oh, you know what it is. I know what it is. Nick Cannon and Dr. Umar in a video. First of all, I don't care for either one of them. All of a sudden, you see little Manny pop up.
I want to talk about that real quick. So
I'm sorry, what?
I checked my personal, the Chris Fury IG page. You know, I always clear out my
your alter ego.
Yeah, it's me. So first thing I seen on that main page was a video, and it was a video with Dr. Umar Johnson and Nick Cannon. Now they're talking about what goes on in schools and how to, get the young black men and everything else. So far, the conversation has not turned left. I agree what's going on. It's nothing bad, right? So it's going on for a few minutes, and then all of a sudden, bam, little Manny pops up. Like the video cuts out, little Manny pop. I didn't even look to see who posted the video. I just seen what's this conversation going on. And all of a sudden, little Manny pops up and he's talking about his book. And I'm like, if this ain't the biggest,
I'm crying.
Yo, my PTSD just kicked in. I'm like, what the hell?
Snake oil ass salesman, bitch.
He is.
I've ever seen in my life.
This dark motherfucker come out of nowhere to like, buy my book. This is why I'm so successful. No, people want to punch you in the face there, buddy.
Listen, I feel like he's done very well for someone that looks like a thumb.
I need you. Okay, all right.
Like a thumb is there.
Thank you.
Wait a minute.
He looked like this.
We are approaching a point of no return from this tangent.
It's been a while.
That's funny as hell.
Will is the goat for that because I was thinking it and he said it.
And do you know where the interview was at?
It was on Nick Cannon's podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The three fucking horsemen of the apocalypse. That okay?
But the conversation that was being had was about teachers and education and educating just young black kids, period. And completely agreed what was going on, despite the source. Completely agreed what was going on. This is
shocking,
true.
Right?
You do need to see more of our faces in the education system to guide these kids. You just do. And it's not a lot of black males that's in that situation, which is also true. In most
just
cases.
not them. I'm just gonna say that. Just not them.
Like I said, despite the source, the message was there.
100%.
So and it was, so far I'm like, all right, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I'm listening. Okay. What the?
Yeah.
And then it went left.
I whiplashed so hard. It's like, yo, first of all, Nick Cannon's "I Got Too Many Babies" podcast comes up here,
and then the fact that I'm like, tell me you're gonna say something about what you just seen. No, you raised the book up and anyway. I heard you, computer. We're going on to the next thing.
Buy my book.
So
Yes. I will never get past the fact that Will just said he's basically a talking thumb. Just
because that's okay.
With a straight face. I do not want to
straight. Oh wait, here we go. So my mutant power keeps kicking in, and I'm waiting for it to try my hand at the lottery. But what I mean by that is Henry Cavill has signed up with Marvel. I've said it on this show. After the whole Black Adam fiasco, I said it on the show. I said, wouldn't it be a kicking ass if he signed up with Kevin Feige? And some bitch he did. As to what role?
Wait, who?
We don't know.
Captain Britain.
Henry Cavill.
Yeah,
Can't say his
Cavill,
name.
Cavill,
Henry Cavill.
Superman.
Wolverine.
What you say?
Is he gonna get fired?
No.
You sure? He signed a contract? Like,
He didn't say it. No one that's part of any kind of Marvel project said it. They came out and said it. Marvel came out and said it. We've hired him.
For what?
They didn't say the role. People are speculating Doom. They're speculating Captain Britain. They're
Not Doom.
speculating.
Please,
Not Doom.
They even went as far. They even went as far as saying. They even went as far as saying Cyclops. And I'm just like,
Cyclops be really ripped.
Why?
Cyclops.
I mean, yeah, it'd
Power
be
Man
90.
be
It'd be
happy with it.
97. It'd be 97. X-Men Cyclops ripped. Yeah, of course.
Cyclops been lifted if Henry Cavill's gonna take that role.
A red
Cyclops just
jacket,
jack up the
Power
arms.
Man and be done with it. That's all.
When
Okay,
Cyclops
Power
say
Man.
to me, my X-Men, you better bring your ass.
Or else.
If he's gonna be Cyclops, I wonder who they would give a Wolverine. Because that would be cool.
So somebody when they mentioned Doom, Doom, and I looked at him. I was like, okay, Doom is vain. He's barely an attractive guy, and he gets his face burned. And I'm thinking, can we see him in that aspect? I don't know.
I can't
because you're basically seeing the suit. I mean, technically anybody could do it because it's just a suit.
Yeah. Everything else is Danger
They
and
could do mocap and ship in a voice.
So
they also have to be charismatic.
I don't want to do all that for my Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom doesn't.
Nobody
need a
does.
modulator.
I just want. I'm like, oh, and there was the other one, Hyperion. He could do Hyperion too. I forgot about that one. That was the other choice.
Is Hyperion blonde though?
Squadron Supreme. Well, he's a ginger. So he's Squadron Supreme. I can see it.
Yeah.
Or
So
Quasar.
I can see.
Quasar, yes.
Yeah. They do have the quantum bands in play now.
They do. Yeah. Oh, I love being black. I swear.
So there's several. There's Doc Samson.
Oh, I forgot about Doc Samson. Yo. Wait.
Yeah, you could do Doc Samson.
Venture Brothers?
No, not Doc Samson.
It was hanging out there. I couldn't just let that fly.
That's a good move.
Doc Samson would be dope, though.
I mean, he would make a good Brock.
That would be interesting.
Brock, you're correct. He would be Brock. You are correct.
That's not a bad pick, actually.
Yeah.
As a villain, he could be Onslaught.
BZ says he could pull off a Simon Williams.
Yes, he could. I was just saying, Power Man. He could pull off Simon Williams. That would be. Shout out BZ. Great minds think alike, sir. Bravo.
I see that.
Shout out to BZ. He's got an event. He's actually airing in Brightest Day in LA at the Chinese Theater. So I think it's this weekend. So if you're at the Chinese Theater, stop on through. We stretch beyond the stars, and we support.
That's the storyline I wish they would put up on the screen because Blackest Night was just phenomenal.
Sir, DC stands for Depressed Comics. Why are you expecting this?
His version is Jon Stewart's Day Off, but it ends up not his day off.
As much as I would love to see Blackest Night with your Navy, but come on now.
So while we're talking about Henry Cavill, James Gunn never disappoints.
What he
has
do?
he done now?
No. You got to keep an eye on this motherfucker with this.
This motherfucker for me. That was so quick.
Marvel done did you wrong, homie. But you gotta fucking relax.
This is the first look at the suit.
All right, I'm okay with that.
I don't hate it.
Yeah,
a little bit of Kingdom Come, a little bit of the Authority. I can live with that.
That right there. He has first looks at the new suit for Superman, which is the title of the movie, Superman, and it's different from every other title because let's face it, none of them have just been called straight out Superman. Even the original was called Superman the movie.
Yep.
Legacy was just, I think it's just Legacy was just the working title. Just called straight out.
Yeah, but
even Man of Steel wasn't called Superman. It was just called Man of Steel.
Man of Steel.
Right.
Yeah.
So Jim Gunn is he's all about transparency. Thank you, Mr. Gunn.
Does the snow mean we're getting Fortress of Solitude?
Oh,
that's what I'm thinking too.
I want to say that right. I want to say that's the truth.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
And even though he said this is not an origin story, I would love to see that. I want to see his vision.
So you're giving us Mr. Terrific. I'm already excited.
Oh
hell yeah.
He's giving him Mr. Terrific. I think Hawk Girl. Hold on, let me see. He's got
Metamorpho is another one. Yep.
Oh yes, thank
Nicholas
you for telling
Hoult.
me
Scalagonza, Maria Gabriela. Yeah, that's because we got freaking Nathan Fillion as a Green Lantern. So yeah, he's giving us. He's giving us. He's feeding us well.
I'm not complaining.
Nathan Fillion's gonna be the Green Lantern.
Now, if James Gunn could do the Justice Society, I would be over the moon.
Hey, he's already given us Creature Commando, so I'm pretty sure Justice Society is another step off.
Yeah,
let's go.
He loves his obscure stuff, so yeah, whatever.
But you know what? And that's what works. If anybody knows anything obscure, and this is anything outside of the Guardians, if you've seen any James Gunn work, Slither is a prime example.
Why you like that?
I'm glad I'm not the only one. I'm glad I'm not the only one that saw that.
We like what we like. We like what we like.
No, don't put that out there for the world to see. Put that away, back in the closet.
Look, she's got pipes. She didn't disappoint.
I mean, she did do a Black Canary. I mean, the movie bomb, but she did a Black Canary.
She was fine. She's fine.
Yeah,
but not.
I agree.
The fact that I was just upset at the studio because I was upset at the studio when they saying, "Oh yes, these fight scenes are on par with John Wick." I'm like, seriously?
Lies.
Who's that? The studio.
When he fell down the stairs?
When he fell down the stairs.
When they said that the Harley Quinn film had fight scenes that were akin to John Wick, and I had to look at them like, did you see the same movie we seen?
All I gotta say,
they weren't horrible fight scenes, but they're definitely not John Wick level.
The check that they said must have been magical.
The stairs.
Anybody falling down the steps, I just hear Eddie Murphy in my head. Oh, Jesus Christ, help me, oh Lord, Jesus, please. Oh, Lord. That's all I hear.
Watching John Wick 4 and watching John Wick go up them stairs, fighting his ass off, and then fall down the stairs. Me and my wife were in the theater like, son of a bitch. Get up, John.
What the fuck out loud with full throated.
Yeah.
Not just once.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it was. I'm sitting up there. I'm like, you don't have much time, dude. Get up. But yes. So, Justice League, Crisis, Infinite Earths will be the last time. The last time we will hear the iconic duo of Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill together for the last time. And which Mark Hamill has already said that after that,
he's done with
the Joker. He's done. He's actually gone on record and said he can't do it. He can't do it with a clean heart,
right?
If his brother isn't there, and I think as fans we can understand that.
Yeah,
they've played off each other, so of course it's like you can't just be Joker to somebody else. It's almost. The feeling ain't there.
It's too awkward.
I already have an idea of who they're gonna suggest to replace them.
Well, Jensen Ackles, Troy Baker does.
Troy Baker does a good Mark Hamill Joker.
He does.
He does.
He's very adept. Very adept. So, and while it's not so much, it's more of a bittersweet. It's not heartbreaking. It's more of a bittersweet because, like I said, as fans, we wouldn't have it no other way.
Pretty much.
Right.
You know, we it was just like, oh, we're bringing in a new Batman, and let's just say it's Jensen Ackles who's already doing the voice, but the chemistry is just, it ain't the same.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They might work well together, they might work great together, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
It's just you did Red Hood. Once you submitted yourself as Red Hood,
Who the hell are you? You know, just that type of vibe. So I can only hold that tone for so long. I don't know how that guy does it. Like,
No. I
Mr. J.
heard the director. Okay, that's her.
couldn't hold a handle to you, Mr. Hamill, but I would love to meet you in person. He loves to talk, obviously. So there's that. But yeah, I'm not opposed to that. It's just, I'm glad it is what it is.
Yeah.
You can always go back and watch the good parts.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I still
Enjoy that physical media.
Get out my head.
Physical media for the win, please.
Definitely.
Continue, because I don't understand, and I will stand on this hill.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing the crumble of EA Sports, the crumble of Sony. We're seeing the crumble of these video game companies.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing Blu-rays and DVDs go to the wayside. You're seeing your favorite movies, favorite shows, whatever they have you. That was the bright spot. Nobody said you had to buy everything, but you might want a full season of WandaVision, and you have it, because we don't know when Disney Plus is going to just say, okay, we got to clear our servers out. Let's pull this
into the Disney vaults.
Right. So yes, we deserve to have that. Give the people the choice. Why should you buy your stuff on digital and say, oh, this is just saving space? Guess what they're doing? Saving space. So,
and if you think you purchased digital media and you think you purchased it and you own it, you don't. Ask Apple users and Funimation owners right now.
I
knew you were going to say something. I was waiting.
No, that's crazy for Funimation.
That turtleneck got a little tight there for a second.
I'm just saying.
I'm not opposed to buying digital, but I am opposed to you getting rid of physical media in lieu of having digital.
I mean, just charge. Look, I'm all about keeping my money in my pocket, but charge me more. If it comes down to y'all wanting money, charge me more. Charge me the extra $5. You're gonna do it any goddamn way in whatever format you give it. You put it out for me anyway.
Lucky duck.
Who? What, me?
No, Trey Mosley.
Oh, yes. Well, stay alive one more year. Okay.
Nice.
Good. Yeah. Oh, baby. Oh, my sales is up, baby.
Is insane.
Yeah. That's the thing, though. It's just that you would think the whole move to digital media is like, okay, well, if you're moving to digital media, your cost should come down. Your costs are increasing. So again,
make it make sense.
Just like the same mindset of, I'm sorry the E3 went under, but E3 was one of those events that people actually could come and interact with these companies and come away with something. And then the genius let's make it all virtual.
Came away with a lot, actually. That's a lot.
But then you go virtual because, this cuts down costs. We don't have to worry about finding venues. You're now causing people to not want to be a part because not everybody wants to look at a screen all fucking day. They want to interact with other people. So you give them something to go for, they'll do it.
It's when you have when you had E3.
I saw Nicole's face.
When you had E3. Well, no, go ahead, Nicole. I want to see what you got to say.
Part of the issue with E3 is that they waited too long to open themselves up to the everyday regular consumer to attend their event. It was industry only for so long, and they gatekeeped like crazy. It was only the last 3 years that normal people were allowed to attend.
And it got bigger because they let regular people in.
And I think if they had it for more than the 3 years before, 2020, it would have been sustainable, there'd probably still be an E3 now because there'd be an incentive. Because I knew it was on my bucket list of things I wanted to go to.
Yeah.
Same.
And now I never can.
E3, PAX, the Tokyo Video Game Show. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot of them.
They still have the Consumer Electronics Show, but what kind of a backbone does that really have? Because they're breaking away from physical media, technology as a whole. They're just going streamlined with it. We're going virtual. Shut your ass up.
But see, that's the thing. Everybody's jumped on board and they forgot the back end. Like that's gonna bother a lot of people, especially when you say, "Oh, we're taking all the Blu-ray," blah 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 blah. Okay, but then you turn around and say, "But you can't keep the digital that you buy." What was the point?
Is it really petty that HD DVD can make a comeback right now?
For real?
I was thinking about that a couple of weeks ago.
They're gonna walk up on you like Hustle Man from Martin. It's like, hey, I got that for you, Chief. I got that.
I mean, kids born after 2010 are not gonna know what HD DVD is.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm all about keeping physical media. I'm not against digital. Get that understood. I'm not against the digital. I'm just against you shoehorning strictly digital, knowing there's no other option. That's not right. You can't do anything with that.
I think that's exactly why people start making their own digital libraries instead of relying on just like Funimation or Crunchyroll or whatever, because they will literally use external hard drives and just make their own digital libraries so that no one can you can't take it from them unless you take the drive.
It's a beautiful time to see Black people creating servers and NAS systems to actually stream anime from, and I feel so proud. Just look,
if we are anything, we are innovative as shit. I swear to God, we will find a way
every time.
Like they say in Jurassic Park, life finds a way.
That's why people are always like, "Oh my goodness!" Like, y'all think we won't go back to watching anime in parts on YouTube? Like,
come on,
y'all think we won't go backward? Like, we'll
there's
just
literally a whole decade of us. Like, hey, did you see that? Look, I got this for you.
Watch. Just 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. Come on the stream real quick. I got it in the Discord. It's real high. It's real hot.
I got no problem going back to the underground fan subs. I have no problem with that.
Dude, I used to stream from some weird ass websites with like not con at the end. It was IO, RU.
Oh yeah.
Random shit.
Look here. There was a time. That's how I found out about the live action Black Dynamite. There was a time. And nobody was like, I'm talking to people at work. What is Black Dynamite? Go to this site. You're gonna see a bunch of PSAs. They came to me the next day, was like, yo. I'm like, yeah, I don't know when this movie drops, but
all I can sit there and say is the Grand Lines will get very popular.
The Grand Line did Black Dynamite very well.
Kira's losing her mind right now, y'all.
Can we talk about that thing that happened this week that we thought we'd never see because they're not allowed to show it?
Depends on which thing you're talking about.
Right.
That pilot. The pilot.
We can.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about now. It took me a second.
We can talk about the pilot. So there's once again the Grand Line.
Speaking of YouTube,
yeah.
If y'all want to go find it,
there is we can't tell you where.
We ain't gonna tell you. It don't exist.
It don't exist.
Yes.
But if it did,
there's a Boondocks pilot out right now, floating around.
Thanks.
You'll have to find it yourselves. We cannot reveal our sources.
No. But it ain't the source that you think it is because they would get in trouble.
Yeah, it's definitely not the source you think it is.
They
are literally like, it's not us.
Was this? They ain't got nothing to do with it.
Right.
We done mess with BET and Tyler Perry. We ain't trying to take on Sony.
I mean, technically they could because the way Sony's going right now.
I mean, they kind of got a shot at Sony, but I'm just saying.
So it all depends. But yes, there is a Boondocks pilot that's floating about out there. Check it out at your leisure. Post at your own leisure. We did not tell you to do that.
Don't do that.
At your own legal risk. Your own
keyword legal. You're right, ma'am. It probably Ryan Reynolds is a bit cleaner. He's a bit clean about it. He's clean. He's not taking anybody down with the ship. He's just like, I'm Ryan Reynolds. What are you gonna do? I'm Canadian.
You never heard of a mean Canadian. They're always nice,
right? So it's just one of those things where it's okay. So, well, shout out to Blerd Official. They're over in the IG world. Shout out to Blerd Official. They always have some great stuff.
And I'm wearing it too. So there.
And the last piece of news, since this whole talk about X-Men 97 has been popping around, the writer from the original Spider-Man the Animated Series is open to doing a continuing storyline from the 90s version of Spider-Man. He says all they have to do is talk. All they have to do is call him.
I'm telling you, 97 X-Men 97 is a water temperature gauge.
Don't do
X-Men 97 does well. Spider-Man's next.
I mean, the rumor is Disney's like, hey,
don't do that. Don't do it. It's a trap.
I need that clip. God dog it.
It's a trap.
What you got, Cinematic Assassin?
Respectfully. Fucking duh. Like this is not news. When people be at home, like, you know what? If they gave me some money, I'd do some work. That's how life is. Of course you would do some more. Since we're here, you know what?
He is echoing my sentiment. That's why I'm just sitting here.
If Marvel were to reach out, I would be in a Marvel movie if I got the call. Just so y'all know. So, you know, Straw Hat, if you want to drop that tomorrow, breaking news. There you go. That's the hotness out here.
Yeah, I'll be a grip on the set. That made my name will be in the credits. I was a grip on the set. There's my name.
I will tell you, I will tell you this. I was this close to being in Winter Soldier.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, they shot it here in Cleveland. And I tried out for it, and I had an Android phone at that time, and the battery was shit, and I got
call.
Damn,
and I missed the
You
call.
just gave every Apple user ammunition, sir. You really
that was the turning point. That was the moment I was in.
Okay, who was the company? Wait a minute. Who manufactured the phone? Who manufactured the phone?
I can't remember that phone. So that's how
you know what's gonna happen, Navy?
It's probably Nokia.
No, when Navy's what's gonna happen? It's gonna be an Avengers background, and you're just gonna see a Samsung phone dying, and you're just gonna see Bucky go past and say, "That's a goddamn shame," as he answers his iPhone with Apple and fade out, just like mother.
It's okay. Don't listen to
when I see that. Oh, there she is. When I see that.
There you is.
It's like I had that phone and I had to cut the phone off to save the battery, and I was at work, and then I kept checking it like literally every 15 minutes.
You had a Nokia phone. That's what that was. Okay.
And that bitch came, and I tried calling back, and I'm like, God damn it.
I'm weak.
Listen, it might have been worth it.
And it didn't break, did it?
Right.
It bounced and looked, and the screen was face up. Like
break.
I threw this. I was at work and they had like a recliner chair, and that's where I threw it at because I was like, I still needed to use the phone. I was like, I didn't want it to destroy it. I was just like, but this is your last day with me.
And your days are numbered, you little shit.
So when I see the scenes like from East 9th down here, like me and my wife were just down in that way for Aiden Candy's engagement party. So like just looking at the building, I'm like, I was almost there. When I crossed the bridge, when I'm heading over to their side of town, And I'm like, that's the scene where Cat was riding a motorcycle. I'm like, you sons of bitch, I never forgave you. I hope everything bad happened to you until you do right by me.
I mean,
can I say right quick that Candy B and 8 look so good together.
That is not the happy couple.
They are my relationship goals right now for real, because they
actually have their wedding gift registry up, and I need to go get them a couple gifts, and in perfect Candy B style, because I was waiting as I'm scrolling. I'm like, what can I get them? Oh, of course, there's a Britney Spears thing. Of course, that's
nice.
It's not AIDS. I know that much. So.
Listen, look, if she can get put on the anime, he can get put on the Britney Spears. It's not that far of a leap.
I can literally ask him, what's the story with Britney Spears? He's like, hey, man,
she'll be somewhere in the other room talking about, oops, I did it again. Oh, here we go.
That's when you reach that married level of hey man, that's what she likes.
That's what she does. That's what she
I can show it, Brandy.
Give me more.
Speaking of 8, he will be playing. He will be performing with Mark Cooper out in Detroit, Michigan this weekend. So check them out. Go to Mark Cooper's IG page. Go to Crazy 8 the Greats IG page. They have all the information there. Shout out to them brothers, killing the game. Mega Ran.
Yes, sir.
Drop that full track today.
Nice.
It's streaming. I've been waiting on that song, bitch, boy. Rest in peace to Virgil.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to Virgil.
He's actually a really, really nice
yeah, I've met him in person too. I've met him in person. Yeah. So somebody need to talk to R-Truth. It's funny it's funny every time he does it, but somebody R-Truth seems like you got something great in you. You remind me of the Heartbreak Kid. You keep doing what you're doing, and who's he talking to? The Heartbreak Kid.
I'm all for sticks, but I'm like, come on, man. Come on.
Crying.
I'm still tripping off the fact that he went to Austria and not Australia.
I'm like,
dude, is this a skit? I had to text Spartan. I'm like, dude, is this real? Like, did you really? And he was like, nobody was here. I'm like, this is real. He did that for real.
The man showed up to the Women's Royal Rumble thinking that he was in the Rumble. It was the wrong
I'm sorry.
He's literally a running joke at this point.
Pretty much.
Pardon?
But I'm not mad at it.
I mean, for a guy who's 24 years and still doing it.
Yeah, he's in his 50s.
But we guys talking about the old school Virgil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So 24 years in the business is still going, but the dude looks like he's 30.
Oh no, not Virgil. R-Truth.
No, R-Truth, not Virgil. Virgil has went on to glory. We not talking about Virgil.
Nah, okay.
I'm so confused.
Virgil, like I know Virgil, like I forgot his last name or whatever, but I thought that's what he's talking about.
No.
So we are going to take a quick break. We will be right back. We're going to be talking about Black sitcoms and how they shaped our lives. Shout out to the crew of Different World. They are literally on a tour right now at HBCUs. Oh, I would love to be there for that.
That's tough.
Yeah, AUC.
I'm like, that's the only places y'all going? Why?
Where else would they go? Where else would they go?
Every HBCU in the continental United States.
They can go
The running thing is that they took a Different World as inspiration from Spelman anyway, so I see why that's like why.
Mm-hmm. But I shout out to that entire cast. They look good together. It's just a good vibe. So but we will be right back right after this. Blerd's Eye View is a proud affiliate of Otaku Noir. Use the code Blerd's Eye View for 10% off on all items. With a different nerd-themed box filled with items made by talented blerds across the country, you surely will not be disappointed. Go to otakunoir.com. Otaku Noir, the #1 Blerd mystery box company.
What's happening? Hair longer, money ain't, so pay attention. Last couple seasons on the show have been very busy, and just to make navigating that easier for you all, I've taken it upon myself to go ahead and clean up the channel a little bit. However, if you are here for just a specific type of content, or you're new here and want to see what we're about, highly recommend our playlist section for you. If you want to see us react or review movies, trailers, video games, and whatnot, that's up there. I get it, not everybody can sit through a 2-hour podcast. So if you just want to see what the best or funniest bits were from each episode, that's going to be our highlights section. If you want to see some of the cool guests we've had on for interviews, up here. If you want to see some of the cool guests we've got to interview IRL, over here. Also, yes, please do all 3 of those. Now, if you'll excuse me, still looking for answers on that.
Do you like your pancakes patted, your biscuits buttered, your cakes fluffy? Then you should get Mother Butters. I put that on everything. Pasta, veggies, rice, and everything nice. Mother Butters will get you right. Oh yeah, GMO free, and for those who are vegan, Mother Butters has a non-dairy option. That's right, there's enough Mother Butters for everyone to enjoy. Get Mother Butters from your local grocery store. Hey man! What you doing in my kitchen? Running low on energy, long days and even longer nights, tired of all the other energy drinks and bars promise you a lot and never delivering? Need to make it through work, but want a product that can keep up with your busy lifestyle? Want no longer? Try Chef's Chocolate Salty Balls. The balls that are so smooth and with a load of nutrients and vitamins to really get you up and bouncing off the walls. Made with all natural ingredients and healthy junk to satisfy even the pickiest eater. Chef's Chocolate Salty Balls are sold everywhere where you buy your junk. And now for those who want that extra kick in the butt, comes Chef's Heavy Duty Chocolate Salty Balls with 120% more caffeine than the leading brand. Disclaimer, this product has not been approved by the FDA or World Health Association. Warning, this product is not intended for consumption by children, elderly people, or women who are pregnant, or may become pregnant. You might even get pregnant.
Yeah.
Salty balls. It's a song you just can't help but to keep singing to. It's just what it is.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
So we have had tons and tons of black sitcoms that have come through our lives, shaped our lives, showed us how to play the dozens, the whole nine. So we're gonna go through with the ones we have right now. We're gonna do like a roundtable discussion. So we're gonna start with some of actually I can't even say some of my favorites because they're all my favorites. But first off, we're gonna go Good Times. Florida, we ain't forgave you. We ain't forgave you, Florida.
The true villain. The true villain.
Hanging in a chow line.
I'm weak.
Michael's gonna burn the world down. I don't care what anybody says.
I'm sorry, but Michael was gonna burn the world down. And I was gonna stand right next to him. I'm like, the man ain't lying. Tell me where he's lying. He's not lying. And he said he's like, cause the black man. I'm like, preach it, young brother. Preach. Preach yourself right out the hood. Do what you got to do. And also,
what's wrong with Kira?
No, because Dan was already ahead of the curve.
Yeah, he knew.
Yeah,
Flo was.
I want to hear this theory.
He was the villain.
So here's the thing with Florida Evans. It seemed like every time there was a way to make a come up, Florida Evans says, we should wait. We should not do that. We found money. You should give it back. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Said every black household when they watched that episode.
We in an apartment in Chicago and the elevators don't work. We hungry
because of buffalo butt.
And you want me to put back money? You want me to give back money I found on the street?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
But the money wasn't yours, honey. Well, how do you know?
And it's no longer the person that fucking had it, ho. It's
mine. Where does it end? But all of a sudden, her last season, she got married and left out and left JJ and Michael and Thelma.
Well, Lona had to check on him like every 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this was after James died. You know, he got shot. Wouldn't be shot.
I just didn't like that they wrote. I don't like that they wrote him off.
The way the behind the scenes of how they got wrote off, it was shady as hell.
Y'all want to talk about who the real fucking villain was of that goddamn show?
Mr. Lear.
Mr. Norman fucking Lear.
Yeah.
That motherfucker.
How is an old white guy gonna tell me all about the black experience?
Because he didn't. Because
he's Jewish. Yeah.
Because he didn't. Because he stole from a black man.
He stole the idea.
Let me. Okay, go ahead and.
But we know what it is. We know exactly what it is.
Because he was Jewish. Yeah.
Yeah, they're the blacks in the Middle East. Yeah, okay.
Damn.
I'm sorry. I said some wild shit just now. I'm really sorry.
I didn't know what you said.
Really will. Really?
So Tafari says, crazy part is Florida is my pastor's sister. Maybe this is why she never came to church.
Not that she'll burst into flames on the way in.
Oh my god.
Where's Chef when you need him?
Not the Harkonnen and burn penny.
I know Navy, I know Spartan. I know you guys watched it. I don't know if you watched it, Lainey, and I don't know if you watched it.
I ain't gonna lie. A little bit.
I was
when I was young too, so I didn't really grasp. You know what I'm saying? I watched it a little bit when I got older, but I was like, I wanted to watch other stuff. So
Lainey said, I'm not accustomed to that poverty life y'all talking about.
I'm done.
Oh, listen.
Wow.
You said money long over here.
Money long.
What's the chow line?
I got nothing. Wow.
We eating caviar and lobster over here. You
because my actual favorite sitcom is Blackish. So
there it is.
Okay.
That's on the list.
Right.
So yeah, there was many a time I've watched this one coming up, and I seen it in syndication form. So watching it and just like they ain't gonna never make it out. Thelma got married to a football player, and what happened, brother? Busted his knee, busted his damn knee. Never made. I'm like, God dog it, they ain't gonna never make it.
That apartment was jinxed. That's all that
was.
That was some cursed ground, is what they was on. Just
and they was happy. She was like, I'm getting married. He played in the NFL. Blah blah blah. Tore his knee in practice.
You know what? That was not to interrupt you, Chris, but that was the beginning of trauma porn.
Yeah,
that was the beginning. That was the origin.
They just never had a way, man. It was like I'm like, I think I was done after watching all this. I think I had watched them all up until that point. Like JJ started working for like an advertising company.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Yeah, I'm just like, man, JJ, you was making more bank painting these sisters, these models at the house. I'm just saying.
and had sisters come through on that
yeah,
series.
he had sisters coming to the apartment, and because he was an artist,
yeah,
and a damn good one. And he, like, yes, they had body, but he would do a bang up job on their art. So yeah, they was paying him sometimes even more. He say 25, they giving him 30, 35, 40. He was giving them money. They was giving him money. He had a gift.
He knows in his contract to say dynamite every episode. You didn't have to say dynamite every doggone episode.
It's in your contract. One dynamite per episode.
It wasn't.
I mean,
call it Godzilla meets Mothra face. That still doesn't make sense to me. Here's another show, The Jeffersons.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
How old was he in that picture?
Oh,
72.
know.
19.
No, here's the
Jesus
thing.
Christ.
He was in his 30s,
That's
and Isabella
crazy.
Sanford was in her 40s. She was older.
That is crazy.
She looks great.
He
Yeah.
got the
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Weezy,
This man
Weezy-
looked old his entire life.
Hey, look,
Like,
Weezy was a
not
ride or
even
die.
Hudgy.
Oh, I think only because of his hair. Like if you look at his
Oh
face,
yeah,
really,
possibly.
with that hairline.
I mean,
Nowadays,
his
it would got a
face
Sharpie and fix
too.
it right
His
up.
face too.
nah, he old. He been old
He
since
looked
he was
old
like
his
5.
entire life. Yeah, I
Mhm.
think I'm gonna have to stick with that.
But always had
Say
the
old his
always
entire
had
life.
the scumbag.
I think
Yeah.
he stopped aging.
Yeah.
Like, I agree with you, but I think he stopped aging at a certain point, and then it just
Right.
looked like he's
He
old.
got
Yeah.
friends, and that was it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I can agree with that.
But
The
you watched
person
it.
that got
But you
the
watched it
young
for the roast
Sherman
game.
Hemsley photos gotta have the young Morgan Freeman photos too.
Has Morgan Freeman ever been young?
They in the same
Fact.
vault.
No, they are in the same
Excuse me.
boat.
Is Morgan
Morgan
Freeman
Freeman has never aged.
is Morgan Freeman actually God? Because good Lord, this day I've not seen a young Morgan Freeman ever. And
Ever.
No,
I'm sorry.
all the
That's those,
pictures, just
not with
old.
not with those Disney specials where he's talking where he sounds like God. And we're now going to talk about the platypus. Creation. I'm like,
even when they did
Oh,
the
man.
creation right now.
even when they did, what was it? Not Evan Almighty, but the it was Evan
Bruce
Almighty.
Almighty.
Bruce Almighty.
Yeah.
Even when he did Bruce Almighty, he was like, and Morgan Freeman's God. I'm
Yep.
like, that works.
That works. If you ever imagine the
Most
voice
of that
of
casting.
if you ever wanted to imagine the voice of the Almighty, I'm like, yeah, I can see that. Either him or the Allstate guy, one of the two.
So
No,
the
that's
Jeffersons was about George and Louise Jefferson, who
Wheezy.
owned a dry cleaning business, and they
Mhm.
just finally made it. And they moved to the other side of town, and they was living in an apartment in the sky. They was still in the penthouse, basically.
Grease don't burn in the kitchen.
Grease don't burn. in the
Beans
kitchen.
don't burn
Beans
on the grill. Who
grill.
puts beans
Okay,
on the grill?
nah, there should.
For years, I've wondered about that, but it worked.
You're right about it.
If anybody had a time where they can run the dozens, it was Marla Gibbs. and
I'm sorry,
Shirley
I just I'm
Ain't
serious.
nothing wrong with that. I said we're moving on now.
No, moving
Better
on.
not fall off that
Yeah.
bed.
It better not
Better
fall
not
off.
fall off that bed though.
Let me get a tambourine.
Not gonna lie, the theme songs on a lot of these black sitcoms, they slapped every single look. We were watching Amen, the pilot episode, and I'm looking every last one of us behind the scenes. We was all
Yeah.
turn on your light.
We know how to make a song. Okay.
I mean,
We know how to make a catchy tune.
yeah,
It was like everybody was like,
We know how to make it.
but still, I mean,
we on the 2 and the 4, not the 1 and the 2, 2 and the 4.
it was always on. And you know what the funny part is? That's how you know as a people, we never need practice because everybody was on beat.
Yeah, because like I started singing it, and next thing you know, I look at the screen, Whoopty singing it, Lady Mandalore singing it. I'm like, too bad I can't hit live on this part. I can't.
We're moving on up.
We was moving, boy.
Yeah.
I was just like, I should take it back just to play the intro again. But yeah, so they ended up the one time I would see people just go at it. One of the few shows I like watching when they go at it, and it was Florence and George, and they would go at it, boy. And I'm like, she never lost her job, you know.
No, Florence was the main character for me. I didn't care about either one of them two. They fine.
I will clean this house, and you better not mess it up.
And what if I do? the look she gave. Find out.
Find out, right? So that I can still watch that. Even the one episode they had where they were doing like a flashback episode, and it was the day that Martin Luther King got shot.
Oh yeah.
Yo, they did not shy away. They did not shy away. And it was just like you thought you was getting funny, ha. No, you were not.
Straight serious.
They got real on that one. Like and George was pissed. My guy picked up a chair flew through the window. I'm like, yo, my guy,
his own business.
Yeah.
He went down there to save the business and ended up flinging the chair through the window because
he said the hell. He was like, they killed him, and he, damn. I'm like, years later, decades later, you still feel that. So here's another show I love. My father raised me on Sanford and Son. My mom.
You hear that Quincy Jones playing, you knew what time it was.
Now,
almost say
if you like the back and forth, if you like the back and forth between Florence and George, nah, they can't hold a candle.
Fred and Esther.
To Fred
Red and Esther didn't like. Red and Esther was enemies. Frenemies split.
I never
they were
got
frenemies before frenemies were frenemies.
Lord Santa, why don't you just get up and die? Well, if I look at you enough times, I might do it.
They would go in on each other, and I was here for it. I'm like, ooh, this is how you talk trash. You don't let up. Every moment I get, Fred was like, every moment I get. Every time he was talking about what he made for dinner, I'm like, this smells like one of my aunt's house. I can tell. You got ham hocks and greens and corn. Yeah, I can smell that.
Now I gotta go watch Harlem Nights because that's the closest I'll get to San Francisco. between him and Delarice.
Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Damn good stuff. But yeah, I don't. Who watched Sanford and Son on this panel?
Duh.
I didn't watch my parents did.
That's what I'm saying. That was one of my dad's favorites.
When talking about, like I said, my mom would watch the Jeffersons. So it was like Jeffersons during the day, in the evening, it was Sanford and Son. So I'm like, oh, so I'm just learning how to talk trash verbatim. Thank you. Then when I hit 16, why is your mouth so smart? Y'all showed me.
I'm weak.
This wasn't. I didn't design this. Y'all groomed me.
You said this was okay. You also, I saw you laughing at it.
Y'all let me watch this man that could systematically destroy somebody with one sentence. That was me learning.
Giggity.
So you said giggity.
Giggity. Oh my!
It just works. Don't fault me. No. Here's another one, and it's quietly unsung, but it's slept on.
Pardon? That was really good timing.
The way I looked at Mayhem, I was like, "Is this Bluey? What is you doing?" Here's another show, and it's hardly slept. It's highly slept on. Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Yep.
The original Steve Harvey show.
The original.
Right.
Let's get that right.
Take the man show.
and we say that because he was an ex-NBA star.
That's a top
who got injured, came back to his hometown where his cousin stayed with his cousin. She got him a job at the high school, and he had a thing for her best friend, which was also a roommate. At which point he later marries Steve Harvey.
Again, the
ex-jazz musician comes back to his hometown, stays with his old school buddy, get him a job at the high school that he works at, falls in love with the principal, who was an old girl that he went to school with, because same thing happened on Mr. Cooper. That girl, that roommate, was somebody they went to school with. Later on, marries her. I mean, it's just sitting there like plain as day.
And
we don't make rules.
I mean, and he didn't need it. And the thing about Mark Cooper was he did not need a hairpiece.
Man,
you thank you, Cat Williams, for that lovely treasure. We thank you.
Shame.
I don't make the rules. They set them up, I knock them down. So yeah, it's one of those shows, and once again, In Vogue sang the intro.
Man.
another example of black sitcoms. So I'm gonna have to do an episode of black sitcoms with banging intros.
Ooh, that's gonna be a list.
It's gonna be all of them.
That's gonna be
that's it. That's it right there. It's all of them. It's all of them.
I'll put on my interpretive dance. Get up one more time.
Wow.
I'm done.
Wow.
Oh my
That's
god.
crazy.
Here and once again, like I mentioned earlier, amen.
That was
yes,
another one.
family.
This was a Saturday night. This was Saturday night. Amen and 227 was Saturday night.
And as an SDA, this was allowed.
See,
I got in trouble in Sunday school because I repeated a few lines from that show.
Oh, Nelly.
Because boy, oh boy, there were some things
you couldn't say, you shouldn't say.
Preacher
man's a motherfucker.
Oh man.
Also, because StreamYard would only let me grab so many images, but there's another show which was I used to think was a sequel to Amen, but it's called Good News.
Yeah, I remember Good News.
So two of the sisters that's in Amen. This is why I thought it was a sequel, because two of the sisters that was in Amen were in Good News.
Yeah.
And at the same time, and this was when I first got introduced to, I can't think of the actor's name, but he plays Diggle on Green Arrow, on Arrow.
David Ramsey.
David Ramsey. He was much smaller. He was still tall. He was just much smaller. Like the David Ramsey we got on Arrow, I'm like, I don't know where that beast came from. But because I'm like, oh, that's I'm like, damn, dude, you're huge.
Yeah. somewhere between Good News and Arrow, man, been lifting.
Yeah. It was like, okay, you got it. But yeah, it was the same venue. And it was in that same vein. You know, just taking place in the church setting and just having comedy, whatever. And he was like a new preacher in the church and stuff like that. So I used to think about those at the same time. And was like, wait, is this like a sequel? Is this what happened? I don't know. Like the sisters are still around. Are they? I don't know if the same people.
I don't know if they confirmed that was a spinoff or not. Now that I think about it.
I don't think they did. Another one that's unsung. The Parenthood.
Oh, nah.
Robert Townsend.
That's so crazy because the two teenage leads, you saw them everywhere in the 1990s, and I feel like I did not see them anywhere after that.
Reagan Gomez is still doing
Gomez Precinct.
A lot of us did. a lot of us did. Like Reagan Gomez did something recently. I think she does voice work. But she's still in the business, just behind the scenes. But Robert Townsend, and there is a shout out to Questlove on his podcast. He just had him on, and he was talking about the Parenthood. He said it put him in the vein. He said he was inspired by the Cosby Show, as many of us. This is before the pudding pop, the debacle. That's before all of that. You put all of that to the side. What he was talking about was true. Everything that was in the Cosby Show was very positive. It, exposed you to a lot of culture, a lot jazz culture, dance culture, African culture, you name it. They've had greats on there. Like you didn't see a lot of that on any sitcom, black or white. So who else was gonna have Stevie Wonder on? I'm just saying.
Ooh. With singing along with it, just sing along with him, like just sing with me.
On the one.
Jamming on the one.
Oh my god. Jamming on the one.
So yeah, he said okay. So he said Kenny Blank is a great composer. He composed the show theme. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Big Worm was a stable at one point. Yeah.
Faison has stayed paychecks. That's all.
Yeah. He seems so upset now. I don't know.
Like you would think we'd be a happy big worm. You still being talked about 20 years later.
Big worm, that doesn't even make sense.
Nobody even knows who he is. That's who he is.
I mean, sir, you gave us iconic lines. You know, playing with my money is like playing with my emotions.
Man.
Yeah, you can win an Oscar off that.
So, and I'm name one. Fresh Prince, obviously. First things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil.
Damn.
Yes.
Another show that, despite the comedy, still had a lot of serious moments. And losing James Avery, like I literally seen like that clip when they did the Fresh Prince reunion. What was it, last year?
Yeah,
last year.
Yeah.
And I felt the emotions. I'm like, this dude was like in a life. He was Shredder, for Christ's sake. Come on. And James Rhodes for the Iron Man cartoon. People don't know that. You know, so they had a lot of stuff to talk about, and it was it was funny. They weren't. Will was not afraid to break the fourth wall.
He enjoyed it more than anything else.
Yeah,
he
finally brought back the original amp, but Aunt Viv was like, I apologize. I was like, oh, y'all buried the hatchet.
We have peace now. And Will, you come on home, brother. We was never mad at you. You felt you had to do what you had to do. That's all.
Just don't give us another season of Bel Air.
Oh dang!
Just let that go off. Just let that ride off. It's the good night, sir. Just let it die.
We don't need to know.
Okay, never mind. That's not conversation, I guess.
So out of the Parenthood, Fresh Prince, I didn't get to the next one yet, and I mentioned Cosby Show. What did these three shows mean to any of you guys?
Sure, you was about to say something.
I mean, I guess I'll be the person who's probably going to be the opposite of everyone else. I was not a fan of either of those two, so I'll just start with Cosby Show.
Wait a minute! Don't come for her. She's allowed.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Have her own opinion.
Yeah, like I'm not a sitcom person in general, but I have seen many of them. I realized after preparing, I was like, "Oh, I've seen a lot of these." Wait a minute,
it's a lot more than you think.
Yeah, it's a lot more than we think. But Cosby Show and Fresh Prince, they just never grasped on for me well, so I wasn't a fan. But I know and understand why people enjoy them. They just weren't it for me, because I also loved Avery, and it hurt me when he passed, but it wasn't because I knew his role in Fresh Prince was important, but it wasn't because of that. I just knew him as a good person. So it was like, dang, like, you know, that was tough. But I also like their popular shows. I get it, but I'm just not a super sitcom person. But those two they definitely wouldn't be the two that I would say impacted me.
Yeah, that is fair.
Whoopty. It is, yeah. Because see here, unlike most people who get on social media,
Black card denied to say, "Hey, you can willingly take my card.
No,
you can have it now." Because
okay.
Her first day on the ship. Come on.
She tries to take my card.
Wipe the card up on your sleeve and try to run it again. We'll be
no. You have it like this and be like, I dare you take it. I got you.
So unlike most people who kind of get on social media and become these keyboard warriors and just say, I hate it and I don't like it, and you never give an explanation as to why. At least Shoyo said she didn't even say she hated it. No. She didn't say she didn't like it. It just wasn't her cup of tea. But she said she understands why it stands out. See, we know how to pick them. Don't we? We know how to pick them. Because she knew what to say. She explained herself perfectly, and she knew what was going on. She, like, this is why. That's right. Right, you can wipe your card off and swipe it again. It's fine.
It's really well.
It works. Yeah.
Whoopty. What out of those shows? What was it? Cosby, Parenthood, and Fresh Prince.
Cosby Show and the Fresh Prince. Cosby Show more so because at the time it reflected my family a lot to me, in the fact that both my parents were in the house, both of them had semi-professional type of jobs. No, don't even start with that.
I'm trying. They said money long again. Money long again.
We lived in East Flatbush, Brooklyn. They lived in Brooklyn. It was just so much that I felt I could relate to. And you know, I come from a large West Indian family, so I'm used to having a lot of people around me. So that resonated with me as well.
Which they actually had a lot of on there. I think it was it Claire's people?
No, it was Elvin. That was another thing.
It was Elvin.
Elvin's father was from Trinidad, and that accent was on point. It was correct.
It was Elvin. At which point you talk about coming in the gate wrong and got set straight.
Don't you want? Well, you know you don't have to make him a plate, right? Excuse me. I'll never forget that scene. That was that scene where Cosby's character just did this like.
Oh well.
He sat back. He just sat back. And
okay, that's an infamous scene. I think everybody knows that scene.
Oh no, everybody. No, that's not the.
That's not the scene. That's one of many.
That's one of. That's
I don't
one
have
of the
to
many
make anything
scenes.
for me anytime, anywhere, no way, ever. I was like, yes. It spoke to me.
Claire had shot for everybody.
And clearly they had kids that were my age.
Yeah, Vanessa found out the hard way.
I'm a Vanessa.
Oh, did she?
She had big fun with the wretched.
Yeah, big fun. With the wretched.
February 3rd.
He said February 3rd.
February 3rd in Baltimore. She decided to have big fun.
Fun with the wretched.
I love the fact when she was gonna say something and Claire reached at her and Cosby held her back. I said, "Oh, that's death." I was deaf.
He was like, "Oh no."
Yo, she almost could have made it if she didn't turn around and be like, "Can I have my punishment now, girl?"
Like, just go to bed. I was like, "Oh,
it's yelling at Rudy out the corner of her eye."
I went to bed. I went to bed.
I'm sorry, right? Every child when they heard Claire do that, like, you know what? Where you going?
Yeah, let's go.
Rudy got the hell out of Dodge. She was like, "You ain't get to tell me
not
twice.
to die. Thank you very much."
I don't care if I'm the baby. You ain't got to tell me twice.
Kara's going to bed now.
You see, Theo was nowhere around. He was like, "Oh, he found out the hard way."
I know where this is going.
Right.
I still need to find out where that Gordon Gartrell shirt is at, though.
That monstrosity of a shirt.
One guy at Dragon Con cosplayed in that Gordon Gartrell shirt.
Oh yeah,
I was on the floor. Yes.
Yeah, Channing. Sure.
Here's the question: was it tucked into his socks?
He said into his socks. You know, I asked the question.
It probably is. He will neither confirm nor deny.
Oh God!
Every Dragon Con, he's got that on. Like, damn it, Sherman.
He's almost like it's like a costume. I've been summoned. I've been summoned once again.
It was definitely one of them things. Cinematic Assassin. What you think about those three? Cosby, Parenthood, and Fresh Prince.
I mean, Denise was fine. But
no debate.
So she did
Still is.
The Fresh Prince for sure. You know, as a fellow Will in this world, I was always waiting for me to be called up by my rich relatives to free me from this poverty-stricken life, but it just never really happened. So I just lived vicariously through my on-screen brethren. You know,
brethren, that gold and blue silk shirt.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! Yeah,
that
unfortunately
episode was hilarious. I have not laughed that hard because the look on his face when she brought out that shirt. I can recreate it.
Yeah, when she went in the room and started talking to Vanessa, I knew it was up. It was up.
Ooh, wow.
It's a wrap. It was. But see, I was the same way. I'm like, you spent $90 on a shirt. even by today's standards, that's wild. I'm like,
it's
Career
kind of
looking at
wild.
box for a pair of pants.
it looks like a knockoff shirt from Amigos. I'm just saying. Lady Mandalore, out of those 3 shows.
All right. Cosby Show was definitely the show that the family we all collectively gathered around at what time was it?
Thursday at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
I think it was a Thursday or something like that.
It was always Thursday at 8 o'clock.
It was Thursday too.
And yeah, we have family time, and this is what we were supposed to be, and this is who we're going to attempt to be. Don't fuck around and find out. Let me see you pick up in school, and Claire ain't got shit on me, because if you can't get to that phone fast enough, there's not going to be a Different World spinoff for you, baby.
I will say it was damn near ingenious for Cliff to cut the middle of the cake out and stuff it with paper towel and cover it back up with chocolate ice. I thought that was quite ingenious.
Yes.
I was just like, man, if you're gonna go, oh man, Tafari. I mentioned Fresh Prince, Parenthood, and Cosby Show. Out of those 3, what's the takeaways?
It's gonna be Fresh Prince for me. Just because growing up, I don't know if anybody watched when they used to have, what was it, Nickelodeon had Noggin, and then it would turn into the N.
Yeah,
and they would always have Fresh Prince on like right at the start of it.
Yeah.
So growing up at the time, there was 2 shows. 2 shows I really related to at the time was Everybody Hates Chris. What you people want now? Everybody Hates Chris and Fresh Prince, because at the time my cousin was living with us, so he was like our Will, and I was like his Carlton. My sister was basically like his.
What up, man?
My sister was like his Hillary, but at the same time, I was also like black, going to a like 90% white middle school, so I kind of related to what Will and Carlton and Chris were dealing with, and I kind of just, that was one of my comfort shows to come to every day after school, and then it kind of, Lord, I don't want to. I feel bad saying some Black History Month. Like growing up, the show kind of like transcends race, but then you get older and realize, oh, this is a story about a rich Black family looking out for their less fortunate family member with a house so big, all the aunties and uncles can come over and they have room for everyone, which is like.
But when all the aunties and uncles came over, it was blackety black. Right.
But, hey, I personally love the Diva episodes.
Yeah. And of course, our very own Aunt Jennifer Lewis was one of the sisters. So, and who was it? Aunt Janice was the one who had the white husband, Dietrich Bader. It was Aunt Janice who had the white, but he
wasn't that Dietrich Bader?
Yeah, that was Dietrich Bader.
Batman. She married Batman. She married
Batman. Exactly. So yeah, it was just that. I'm just like, yo, like Anne was about the culture, Uncle Phil was about the culture, Aunt Viv was about the culture, and you seen that in one of those episodes where they had one of their old friends from the Black Panther Party showed up. I'm like, yo, y'all go there.
He done sold out.
She called him by his revolutionary name, and I'm like, oh yeah, you was in the trenches, my guy.
Very much went through like a stage of being every character on the show, because as a kid, I was Carlton as a kid. I didn't understand the whole getting pulled over episode. And then I got older. I was like, when Will throws himself on the car, I was like, oh, okay, now as an adult, I'm like, now I get it. Now that this has happened like 6 times this month, I get it.
Jesus. Oh my God. Navy.
For me, it was the Cosby Show. Simply because growing up, I was a huge fan of Bill Cosby's stand-up. All of his, I listened to his LPs. I memorized just about every single set that he had. Every last one of them. And I loved all of them. So to see him come to life and just do that was a family that you could relate to. I know I could on a lot of levels. I felt like Theo because I was surrounded by sisters and it just got horrible at times. I said what I said, the oldest of 4, and I'm the only boy, man, them odds were stacked against me.
You was
for the minute.
outnumbered, outdone, and outmaneuvered in any way.
Man, I'm telling you, you ever get beat by a Barbie? It is not a thing that you want to remember. Them legs hurt. Them knees were brutal, but that's what I resonated with the most, because when you sat down and you watched this family and everything that Bill created, it was a beautiful thing. It was something that we all wanted to see, and I looked forward to it because let's face it, that's a family we all wanted to have.
It's true. This is true. Lainey.
I have fond memories of rushing home from dance school to get to Cosby Show. So that's one thing. But I will say Fresh Prince. I felt like Tafari in a sense that I felt like I was Carlton. For me, Carlton represented you're the black kid, but. And so that's why I definitely bonded with Shoyo. Like, we not gonna take Shoyo's black card. I don't give a shit, yo.
Now I'm crying.
That's when y'all even said with 8 and Brandy about Brandy liking Britney. I was that kid. I liked a whole bunch of music. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, and I would sit there and dance crazy or dance cool or whatever. And so, like, especially when I seen doing the Carlton, that was my thing. 'Cause I'm just like, yeah, you got this vibe that you just didn't give a shit. You was who you was, and people would be like, "Oh, you cool," or people would be like, "Oh, you don't feel black to me." So I always sometimes in the middle, and I don't know what the fuck he's laughing at. So
I'm crying.
You know,
was Tom Jones playing in your head when you did the Carlton dance?
And I'm glad she said that because I'm glad you said that because there's like the one episode where they're pledging,
right?
And
That was another one.
And they're like tearing into Carlton, but Will was pretty much like, look, if anybody gonna do it, it's gonna be me, but I'm not gonna allow nobody else to come down on him, you know, and that's just what it was. And I'm like, but there was some really standout episodes. One where they like as far as when they got pulled over, and Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil had to come down to that jail, and he ripped into their ass.
Yeah.
Oh, when Will got shot.
Or when
I
Will
was
got
about to say
shot.
that. I remember having the gun. You know what I'm saying? Give me the gun, man. Like, yo, the acting was so powerful at times. And
the episode when Ben Vereen was there as his father.
Yeah.
If you did not shed a tear, you are not human.
You can still shed tears right now.
Everyone and LeBron James.
Because when he left and he's like, "Why don't you want me?" I'm like,
right.
I just don't want you, man.
I'm like, and the fact that it was real, like
he was holding that statue he gave him. He says, "Why don't he want me no more?" I was like, I don't
need him. I don't need this. I don't need that. Why don't he want me? And I was like, oh no, my heart.
Even then, the young.
You're right. Nick said Fresh Prince showed a necessary balance between Blerds. Every Carlton needs a Will, and vice versa. This is true. This is true. They used to rag on each other, but boy, if they didn't go to bat for each other,
they were
not fuck with my cousin. That
part, Lady Mandalore, when he said like, "You're not my cousin, Will, you're my brother," I'm like, and we've come full circle. It's just like,
could you do the dance one more time, Carlton, as he plays Tom Jones track? Just
it's crazy. It's not the Carlton dance no more.
Realizing Uncle Phil is a pool shark is always a plus.
So do y'all remember the episode when Carlton just freaked out? He ran through every set.
On his arms and dragging his legs.
How do you have the ability to basically dog paddle yourself across a linoleum floor without using your feet for a good distance?
I pissed on myself laughing because here he comes.
That's why I say they broke the fourth wall so much. Just they're just like, we're just gonna break all the rules. Like, we don't care.
NBC at that point just said, "Fuck it. Why? Why are we even trying to restrain him? Just let him go."
You could be the cameraman on that set because that camera would have been shaking from me laughing that hard. Like, this fool is really going from set to set right now.
That episode where they had John Witherspoon and they left him in the woods and they're undoing the set, and he's still in character. Where's that boy? Wilbur. The opening
scene. John Witherspoon was Neil Long's father, right?
Yeah. No. John Amos was Neil Long's father.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
You're right.
John Witherspoon was Cree Summers' dad.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, they had some. They had everybody was on that show.
Mm-hmm.
Queen Latifah was on the show. Oprah was on the show. I'm not even
Vivica Fox.
Vivica Fox
was on that show. Yeah,
I was sitting up there. I'm like, between Will and Carlton, y'all had some beautiful women showing up for y'all. I don't, the Pam Grier episode was something crazy because, like, even Uncle Phil was like, I can't get too mad at you.
That was the episode where Uncle Phil was looking. You just saw Vivian's eyes look at him. He snapped right back to attention.
That was his old girlfriend. So he was like, wait, and then my son, he was like, what?
That was my whole thing. Like, I kind of liked the whole Will Lisa dynamic, and then we made them step siblings and never talked to her again.
Right. That was odd.
Oh, that was odd. Oh, Trevor dying as he's proposing.
I was naive, so I was like, maybe there's just like an uncut version of the DVD they won't show. I didn't realize they just was doing sound effects.
Maybe he gonna get off the ground.
So here's another one.
Oh,
A Different World.
Here we go. Let me get my chair ready.
This is the series that has made every person in the Blerd community want to go to college, and preferably at HBCU.
I know, because they wanted to meet Freddie. That's what it was. Everybody.
I wanted to meet Freddie, but I was more akin to Kimberly.
Facts.
Right.
Facts.
I ain't gonna lie.
I was a Kimberly stan too.
Yeah. So look, next, if that tour comes your way, you know what to do.
Whoever runs call me and talking about we going. Oh my god!
I see whoever runs the Hillman Files didn't get an invite, but they made it in the building.
I'm like, I thought that was crazy. I'm like, yo, that's who you need to go grab. But yeah, that show actually stood out for me on so many levels. What do you say? Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong.
He's not wrong.
There
was Yamage, ladies and gentlemen. We had Yamage.
I'm doing binge one of these days.
It is. I mean, it's one of those shows that just really stood out, and they tackled a lot of topics.
That's when we found out Dean Cain was racist.
Oh,
that was what a scene that was.
When you found out Superman wasn't playing a role, he was playing himself.
Bruh.
I had you know what it was? I had 1 year of having black roommates, and we just ran through like every blaxploitation or black thing we grew up with. So just comparing between Orlando, Tampa, and Chicago, and that was just our room for like a good 8 months. Like I had never seen the Wood. I'd never seen the Wood or Juice before college.
Okay, well,
no judgment.
You're not missing anything.
No.
You know,
I think Different World really.
But you say, show
No, I just said, you know.
What I loved about it is A Different World actually contributed to a lot of cinematic features that focused on HBCUs.
And the fact that after the first season of A Different World, HBCUs applications and acceptances doubled. After the first season.
They talk about that to this day. The impact that show had on the black community, like immense.
100%.
When you talk, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, like, I went to Spelman, and though, like, I feel the same way about a different world, like I feel about the other ones, but it is a very huge. I'm sorry, okay. Personally, I'm sorry. I can't let you think that I'm not a sitcom person, okay. But I will say, like, its impact in the AUC, which is why I said I completely understand why they're going there first, at least, and like its impact on Spelman. Like, I remember going there, and like at orientation, you go, my God, a different world. Oh my goodness, like, have you seen it? They want to talk about it, all this stuff. They want to take the pictures in front of and it's like, it really did impact a lot of people that, I wanted to live that life. For a lot of people that did go there, even in the late 2010s, or the mid 2010s. So it's just like, it obviously its impact trend has like been generational, because it came out
90s.
Over 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's like the impact is there, and I don't think it's ever going to fade away, which is why I also think they're there right now.
Lord Stryker on IG, he says the season 5 of Dwayne Wayne versus Dean Cain was pivotal to our true perception, even to this day.
Yep.
Facts.
To this day.
Facts.
To this day.
Like, you look at that now, you're just like, ain't nothing
between him and the cop. The cop was a surprise.
Oh man,
so he sat there and said, "Oh, you just think I'm just some racist honky, don't you? Don't even think about the fact that I marched with Martin Luther King right beside him that day, but you want to look at me and judge him, and yet you think I'm just as bad as he is." I was like, "That's a different okay."
Look, they really went there when it comes to race, when it comes to HIV and AIDS. When it comes,
that was right when it was hot.
Whoo.
When HIV was hot,
and
sexual assault was huge.
Sexual assault, yeah, man, that was intense. Like the sexual assault, domestic violence.
They that one, yeah.
Oh yeah, they hit the mark. Even the Rodney King, verdict, in the outbreak that had, and I'm just like, yo, this show's getting ready to come back, and that's how they tackled it. And I'm like, yo,
that show did have a lot with me, resonated a lot with me as well, because it's part of the reason why I only applied to HBC. Well, I applied to some SUNY CUNY schools because I lived in New York, and then most of my applications outside of that were all for HBCUs. I got accepted to all of them, but I wanted to go to HBCU, and shut up. My mom, she didn't understand that concept of having historically Black schools because she wasn't born here. She didn't get it. She didn't get it. That kind of helped with, showing her like, what these school things are like. But she was like, "You're not going there to party. All you're going there to do is party."
I mean, but yeah.
Between that and school days, I mean,
right.
Oh yeah.
She's like, "All you're going to do is party. You need to go and look at your books."
Don't forget higher learning.
Ooh. Dwayne is the reason why Olivia Pope's dad turned out the way he did. I never put that together, but thank you.
What? Kadeem is the real villain.
I can't say Kadeem was the villain, but then again, he did pull Alicia Keys.
He gaslights the shit out of Whitney sometimes.
You gotta have a lot of riz to go to a woman's wedding confessing your love as you get pushed out, you get thrown out.
And for her to turn around and be like, "Yes."
That's true.
Although my house did erupt in applause, like we were like, finally, let's get this together. You look back now, you be like, that was a bit toxic.
It's like that jagged edge. It's like that jagged edge song, "Let's Get Married." It sounds nice at first, but when you think about it, it's really fucked up.
Right. Like, I ain't got nothing else to do. Let's get married.
I'm bored. Let's get married. Okay.
It's up there with Martin with the
Bring
stop.
Yeah.
Full stop.
Lord.
Full stop.
Damn,
I'm gonna put it up
Gina,
for me.
will you marry
No,
me?
not
Would
me
you
and
marry
Marty.
me?
Are you happy now? I'm like, oof.
Right, that was just
Lord.
rough.
That was
So,
terrible.
and I'm gonna jump ahead because this one's already making a lot of impact.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Abbott Elementary.
Yes.
Gregory is my spirit animal.
I ain't gonna shade you. Every time he does that look, and I'm like, yeah, I've done that a lot.
You've done it a lot.
Yeah.
You just look off into the imaginary camera when stuff happens. Just
I've looked and said things, and my wife is like, "Who are you talking to?" I said, "It ain't no audience there, but don't worry about it. I'm not."
The sentiment is clear. It's
Just
clear.
know somebody gets it.
But what actually is cool about Abbott Elementary is you are kind of shining a light on the educators. Quinta Brunson is really doing something that she has already been told by educators, like, thank you for actually showing us in a positive light and what we deal with. Go ahead, lady. You got some in your heart. Go and say it.
Man, I just agree with you. I watched I think last week's episode where a kid was caught smoking, and the dialogue they had about, like, is this really suspension worth or whatever? Because the way that it was, like, he just didn't realize the impact of it, you know. And we have these conversations all the time, you know, or like, I'm in a charter, but I also was in a public school. That whole dynamic last season, I've lived both of those things, you know. Like, he really has captured, and especially from the Black, like, experience of being an educator, she has captured a lightning in a bottle. It is so great to see.
Perfect.
And this sentiment that Nix puts up is true. We feel the same way. Like, watching her come from he got money to she got money.
Not Emmys.
Yeah.
Like, I seen a video. What was a video last week? I shared it in the group chat, and they was showing her, like, old video when she was Millie rocking through all the different continents. And I'm like, she has come so far, and I love it. And
Yeah, but she also stay true to herself, and I love that.
And so that's why I can appreciate. I'm like, but yeah, seeing a show like that is like part mockumentary, part comedy, part serious, is just like, yeah, I like this. And you're being true to it, and you're doing it from you're from Philly. You're doing it from Philly, so you know you didn't walk away from it. And it's like somebody actually said, you know what you need on that show, and they told her, I think they said like a gardener or something, like, or a mailman or something.
Mailman.
That's what a mailman. She was like, she thought about it. She's like, we do need a mailman on this show.
Somebody's been saying they need to get Vincent Martella back so they can have the Chris and Greg dynamic back from Everybody Hates Greg.
Yeah,
he said he's down to do it. He said give him a character, he will play it just to be back on screen with Tyler.
All of a sudden, they got that weird moment of you look familiar.
You're not alone, Nix. You're not alone.
I didn't know there was the whole thing about him, and people thought him and Orlando Jones could be an actual, like, TV dad and son.
Those genes are strong. I'm sorry.
Interviewing Orlando Jones 2 years ago at BlerdCon.
Did a great job,
and literally said that.
I didn't know about the whole thing until somebody said, "Oh wow, Quinta actually put this in the script." And then apparently, I guess she pissed off some people when it came to the charter school stuff. They was on her head for like that entire season.
They just mad because
she told the truth.
Realistic.
I know
as an educator, it is realistic. Everything
is to a point.
Speak on it.
Yeah.
It's needed.
You're living the charter right now.
Yeah.
But I've done both. I started my career in public school for a while, and I'm in charter, but I'm also in a charter that's not taken over by a company, right? So, like, I do know that there are company-run charters, and that is real. But I also know, like, mine and
hang on.
Shit.
She's back in.
Hey, keep going, lady. Keep going.
Okay.
She's in. You're there. You're still there.
I think
I'm back.
You talking to cut you off. Keep going.
No, that's okay. I mean, like, listen, I was just saying, like, I understand the argument. I'm not saying that they're wrong in what is being said, but I am saying that there are like 3 sides to that, because there are charter schools that are not run by companies that don't do the shit that is being portrayed, but there is charging more.
Dang it, they got her again.
100%. I agree with that. I agree with that.
We are StreamYard needs a sensu bean. We are pushing it to the limit.
I'm weak. Yeah. You know,
I
big
will
charter
say,
schools.
in typical
I'm weak.
in typical them fashion, they definitely know how to find our spaces when they mad about shit, because they really they really tried to bully this girl into writing a school shooting episode.
She's like, I am not doing that.
And the fact that she sat there and stood up to them, that's what I love about that. She's like, I don't need to write that in this show.
Yeah.
It's like
that does not happen here.
I said, you want school shootings, go to Law and Order.
Right.
One thing is, did we not try to go catch the Lucy man last episode? We just nobody's selling these kids cigarettes.
Oh my goodness.
That's the big issue. It's like 12 Angry Men. It's like 12 Angry Men. We solved the crime, but like there's somebody still got murdered and we don't know who.
It's still like the problem is still existing. Here's another one. Half and Half.
I didn't watch.
Dang, there was
I saw that one. I saw that one a great deal in syndication, but it didn't really resonate.
Between S's Atkins and the other one, I was like,
Rachel
I'm
True.
good.
Rachel True, you
Rachel True, yeah, that's her name. Yeah, Rachel True. That's when I knew I loved chocolate. That was right
Rachel
there.
Gonna pop like the
That's when you knew you loved chocolate.
I was like, you know what?
Y'all need to be there. That's all I gotta say.
Some other unsung ones. Moesha.
Yep.
Frank was a villain.
Frank was a true villain.
Frank was delusional.
Frank was a hypocrite,
especially when Ray J, when the nephew comes to move in and you find out that ain't the nephew, he's the son.
I just clocked in on that episode one day. You brought your son on, and I'm just like, ma'am, like, did you check with him? You just started talking out.
Did you do Auntie Cheryl Ralph dirty?
You know who the real fucking villain in that show was?
Subaru,
the producer,
Ray J, because he gave us fucking Kim goddamn Kardashian. He's the real goddamn villain. He's the villain.
Actually, I think he did that during the one-on-one era, which was after that show when he became D-Mac. It was the pimp.
Yeah.
Either way, he was up in it. That's all I gotta say.
He was just an innocent jacket in that
Frank
show.
was always
only got one wish.
Frank was always trying to stop Brandy from going somewhere, from Moesha going somewhere, going out anywhere, doing anything. I'm like, dude, you have got to let it go.
Who knew the simple fact he was harboring a secret but taking out his oldest daughter?
Yeah, because when that hit the fan, I'm like, Frank,
All American.
Wow.
A lot of these Netflix shows are just terrible remixes. Because like, what the fuck was Dear White People?
That's fair point. Fair point.
So first two seasons was great, and then it was just like, this is getting too much.
Well, yeah, they ruined it.
Yeah.
They ruined it. Like they always do.
And they're total dicks, worse than the whites, by the way.
Yeah. And then they made season 4 a fucking musical.
Which was so unnecessary.
Yeah,
you got the season 4?
I like to try to finish things. I didn't watch season 4 until November of last year, and it came out way.
I remember
I wanted to finish it because I had time. I was house sitting, and I was like, you know what? I got time. Let me try this.
An Instagram video from her with a very loud "What the fuck is this?"
No, I did send Tafari. I was talking to Tafari. I was like, I literally cannot believe they did this shit.
It's one of those things where it's just like, it was good when it started, and now you're just here to watch. You know you're gonna crash and burn. You just want to see how rough the landing's gonna be. Like,
I think that's just what they do when they just decide, oh, we want to make 4 seasons, but we don't know what the fuck we're gonna do with the last.
When you go beyond it, when you don't have a back end, when you don't have an ending, you just kind of fall.
Let's be honest. Once you've made it to the musical season, that's pretty much the curtain right there. It's like
unless it's supernatural.
How they made a season.
The Hamilton phase, ladies and gentlemen.
There's
no.
no thing as a healthy black relationship in these shows because it's like
Man.
they look cool,
man.
Well, unless you have like these other unsung like in the house.
Oh yeah.
In the house was a low key Fresh Prince without basically just you saw more older Carlton, but you didn't. What was his name?
Carlton was in an episode and then he came back as a different character.
He did. I'm gonna skip one because I'm gonna come back to it, but Smart Guy.
Okay.
Underrated show.
Very underrated.
And it was positive.
Very positive.
Look at Boys in the Hood.
It was wild seeing him like that. I'm just like,
made it out.
Josh Mowry low-key gave us 0, so thanks for that.
Here's another one. Sister.
Also a good one.
I don't blame you, Roger, for never going home. I don't blame you for always knocking on the door.
That is weird. It's weird seeing Tim Reed as a dad and not from the Richard Pryor show. I have to kind of separate that.
That was another one I liked.
Look, when Roger had his moment and he glue up, they were just like, "Oh, no, it's too late now, ladies."
When Immature became IMX.
Yeah.
I was proud. Why did they bring Rhonda back as a dude one season? Was that like a joke or a gag I missed?
I gotta rewatch
the girl who was like a bully, and they just came back like she came as like a swole football player one day. It was like, and I'm just like, what am I missing? Like,
her ex-gene manifested.
Go look it up.
Here's another unsung. My Wife and Kids.
Yeah.
Unsung? Is it really?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. They don't talk about it enough. They don't talk about it like they should.
That show was
it was amazing.
Yeah, so it's hilarious.
Terry
Crews. Yeah.
Who is that child?
It was good. They had some really good episodes.
Who is that child?
He said, was it Junior's girlfriend's parents?
Yeah.
He's like, you got a towel? I got some wolf still in my teeth. Like, what are you doing? Like, he threw a rock at his head. He was looking around like ain't nothing hit him. Like,
yeah,
show's wild.
When he got points taken out, they said you get points just for spelling your name right. How did you get this score?
Always the SATs. It's like just writing your name.
Yeah.
Whoever brought Terry Crews in as the gym trainer to do Euro training was hilarious.
I'm like, dude, why you doing 2 extra shit? Here we go. A staple to this day, and why he will always be known as the king.
Yeah.
Man.
Yes.
Come help me with these goddamn kids.
Hey, look, 2 seasons in, or first season, whichever episode was the roller. Now You Got It is the name of the episode. Bernie Mac predicted COVID.
Wait, what did you say? What did you say?
He said Bernie Mac predicted COVID. Is that what you said?
Yes. Because the episode, if the episode is called Now You Got It, and you literally watch how the entire house gets sick. Because Bernie was
trying his hardest not to get sick.
It started with the badass little boy from Are We There Yet? Going touches the cake, passes it to baby girl, who then blows it to Vanessa, and gets passed around the entire party. Had Bernie Mac dancing the whole episode about being healthy, and then psych.
Oh yeah,
he ate that cake. He ate the cake.
He's strong, healthy, black man.
That's where it came from. Yeah.
And then the cake just festering in germs all weekend.
I didn't cover. I didn't cover.
I don't think we're ready for cake now, Bernie. It's Mr. Mac, son. Say it with me.
Oh
man, between him and Cleta Smith, that was a good show.
And he had a bunch of guest stars in that show too. Like even Ice.
He had a ton.
They all came through there.
Hey Mac, I think you need to just the kids. Oh no, I like kids. I meant your other people.
Here's another classic. Martin.
Man.
Until this day, we still don't know what the hell Tommy did for a job.
Bruh.
Yes, he did. He was on New York Undercover.
He was the captain.
That's why he couldn't talk about his job.
He was working undercover with Boom. Him and Boomhauer from King of the Hill was both undercover cops.
The fact that Tommy was always wearing something fly.
Great show.
That boy
But
was
no
a
one
drug
knew
dealer.
like, dude, where's you getting like even the New Jack City episode? He was like, Tommy, you walking around with these fly jackets, leather jackets, and chains. Where's the CD player? I was like, the CD player? What?
Always.
With the stuffed dog.
And then you get introduced to all the different characters on Martin. That's why I was sitting there saying, just everybody knows at least one line from one character on that show.
Hustle Man.
You got to go to work on Myra's feet.
Jerome's in the house.
Oh my god.
Shenane,
No.
girl.
Dragonfly Jones.
Dragonfly Jones is where I go with.
Silence. Jerome's first time showing up in that dance he does, and I'm like, yo.
House.
I said you.
Anyone notice Pam and Gina basically switch places on Everybody Hates Chris?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They've been best friends forever. So like Little Shop of
yeah.
Horrors, they're the singers in Little Shop of Horrors. They go back. Like,
Right.
So that's true. He said Bob from accounting.
Not Bob from. What your problem's gonna be? What your problem is your 401k's fucked up.
No, but yeah, Hustle Man still to this day, Hustle Man selling barbecue chickens.
Oh, bro, man from the fifth floor.
For the fifth floor.
Bro, man, to the spotlight for me.
And
Him and his limp.
Just chilling.
And Miss
Brenham
Jerry.
spoons.
He's like, I got an idea.
The t-shirt.
Big Shirley.
Oh, Whitty Hutton. The Whitty Hutton t-shirt. He said, why is this you in a wig?
Just damn.
That show was too foolish.
Jesus.
If anybody wears white shoes in the presence of me and my sister, it's look at the white shoes.
Wasn't there? Oh, the headboard episode. That was so messed up. When Gina got her head stuck.
Here, you good? It's okay to
Why
laugh.
you pointing me out? What you mean?
You look so serious. It's okay to laugh.
Oh my god.
That's that Black Panther face right there, just straight up.
I will say
face right there.
I was when Boondocks came out and they had the crazy kung fu girl and her friend on the phone. I was like, oh, it's Pam.
Oh, the crazy kung fu wolf bitch.
Oh, the killer kung fu wolf
That's what they
bitch.
call it.
Yeah, not her, but her friend who's on the phone gassing her up. And I'm like, oh, it's Pam from Martin.
Thank you for fighting. Thank you, Granddad, for fighting the killer kung fu wolf bitch. You did it, Granddad.
Like if she hated Martin even more.
And of course,
anyway, girl, I would just kill myself. I'm like, you didn't hear that whole explosion just now?
The Jodeci episode.
The Jodeci.
Tears.
Lord.
Oh Lord.
The Varnell Hill part, the 2-part Varnell Hill episode.
Yeah. Varnell Hill.
Tears.
That was on the TV at my grandmother's doctor's at 8 a.m. the last time I took her.
Oh, we had the fake Rottweiler. Oh, yeah.
The New Jack City episode.
Oh God. Yeah. So yeah, another one. Family Matters. Family Matters is
triggered.
Triggered.
Highly triggered.
They had some serious moments because I swear to God, Eddie not wanting to join the gang and he come home beat the shit.
the hell up. God.
I'm like, dude.
Or when Eddie never caught a break. You got a car.
Eddie never really did catch a break.
I'm like, think about it. He got a car. The car was hot. It's like the car was stolen. Got a stereo system. It was stolen. Got pulled over. Lost the car.
It was stolen.
Like, God. You
Eddie,
just ain't look.
Like, no love. Eddie, no love. Then he finally decides, I'm going to be a cop. Yeah, because you really ain't got other options at this point, my guy.
Want to be a cop? It was stolen.
Right on
Matters.
Monkhouse.
Yeah,
right on.
Ride or die.
Makes you know what it is because look, Myra was down.
Yes.
Myra was down. She didn't play about Steve. She was a little
Mm-mm.
obsessive, but
Little crazy.
she didn't play.
You're
I
not
mean,
gonna
she
play
was
my
only
man
she was
Steve.
she was
I love
okay.
seeing Laura get
Right to
jealous
her.
every time Myra came around with Steve. You
Oh
could
yeah,
just see
she
it.
she
Like,
oh, that
slowly
jealousy
started
level
getting
there.
jealous.
Laura was big trash.
good.
Listen, Family Matters was so triggering for little skinny glasses wearing black boys all across this country. I promise you 78% of me being bullied growing up was because of Steve Urkel. I disliked Jaleel White so intensely growing up. It was personal. I ain't like him. I ain't like Sonic.
How about the
Not Sonic. Not Sonic.
Not gang banging on the blue head. Okay, but that's my thing. I got caught. You know what it was with like the stuff I got made fun of growing up? I never registered it as bullying because they never explained what they were talking about. So I would get called Urkel. I got called Urkel until I was 15. Not once was the words Family Matters ever told to me. Like no one ever pointed out the show. They would just keep saying Urkel, Jaleel White, and Stefan. I'm like, I don't know who any of those three people are.
Damn.
So people like, oh, Jaleel White. I'm like, nigga, I guess I don't.
So in this case, ignorance was bliss.
Right. You got off lucky because the rest of us, it was either you either had hands or your roast game had to be high.
Yeah. I never forgave him for that damn. I never forgave them for that damn Urkel dance. I swear to God.
Oh my gosh! I
Big
finally
Rambo.
purged it out of my head, and you bring it back in. Thanks,
The fact that he does the dance once, and then everybody knows. I'm like, yo, wait, stop, hold on, just
What
wait.
in the-
Y'all
mad
don't
at
like
you
dealing
for
with
this
this kid, and then all of a sudden he busts out a dance, and y'all just own. Okay, whatever.
And for napkins to be on beat. Napkins were on beat to the Urkel dance.
A room
Really?
full.
A roof full. Because I was like, that was a party, a roof party. And I'm like, wait a minute.
When I was a kid, I got a lot of comments that I looked like Laura, and it drove me nuts. It did. Don't look away. I see what you're doing over there. When I was about 14, when I was about 14, I used to get it a lot. I also didn't wear glasses back then.
Man.
Ooh, I hated it. Wow.
The fact that what was the mom's name? I can't remember her mom's name, but the fact that the aunt's
Harriet.
Harriet.
Yeah.
The fact that that her sister's restaurant caught fire, and the way she ran, I'm like, the dramatics are immaculate, I guess. She's doing a slight jog through the police and the fire department. No one's stopping her.
Right,
brisk walkthrough.
That was a power walk, if anything else.
And she's looking for Laura. She's looking for Steve. I'm like, boy, you sweated that one out, didn't you, Harry?
I still trip off when Steve came up with that what was that transformation chamber?
Oh Lord.
And yet somehow this is why I said Steve should be on a watch list.
That's when it started going. That's when it started going left. I'm like, yo, they just doing wild.
No. The fact that the fact that this geek had access to things like, why has there not been a watch list he been put on? How do you have hair from celebrities you shouldn't be having, or explosives that you shouldn't be having?
Like, why do you have a silk press as like to be Bruce Lee? Like, I don't.
Why?
I'm
telling
y'all,
turn
Steve
into
lived
Bruce
alone.
Lee and fight the Green Ranger? Like
you got to fight Jason David Frank as a kid.
I keep telling y'all,
when you look at that, and as a kid, you're looking at that, you like, that ain't real. like why? Because that's the Green Ranger. That ain't happening.
I got one worse for you. Know this man for 5 days did not rock the Power Rangers just to get dropped by a Chuck Norris kick.
Oh my God. Before we close
one day
out,
I gotta sit through that show eventually at some point.
Yeah, it's when you have the youngest sister go upstairs and to never be seen again.
I just put that in the chat. I
was just thinking about that too.
You talking about
He
her?
went upstairs and never came back.
We saw her years later.
Okay.
Very
Yeah,
saucy.
we did.
I saw her. I don't know if everybody
Very,
saw her.
very saucy indeed. Brown chicken.
Yeah, she's somewhere. She's yeah.
That's a word.
She's actually on IG. I do follow her. She's not in there. She's not there anymore, but she's on IG now. So
okay,
that's lovely.
That's
everybody
nice.
has a pass. Steve Urkel lived alone. I don't care what anybody says. Steve Urkel had a house by himself. He lived alone. He had a trust
his
fund.
parents left him to go to Russia. Come on.
You know that's bad. When your parents defected to Russia.
No,
we never seen his parents. We never saw him.
Okay.
They never seen his parents. Like they had so much stuff.
No one.
I don't
see no one.
No, you just seen his cousin. That's it. And the cousin was him.
Yeah.
I'm just like, to be honest, the more you think about Steve, the more you think about Steve Urkel, the more that theory just like, damn, maybe that theory about Carl is true. The more you think about it, like, God dang, was that theory about Carl true?
It's his nightmare scenario.
What's the theory?
So this is the theory about Carl Winslow, because the character, the actor Carl Winslow, he seems to always play a cop. He played a cop in Die Hard.
Die Hard, yep.
He played a cop in another Perfect Strangers. He was a cop because that's actually his Carl Winslow in Perfect Strangers. But the theory is that it was such a traumatic moment out in LA, and then it was somewhere else where it was another show or movie he played a cop, that he ended up just moving to Chicago, changing his name and everything else. And then he meets Steve Urkel. Well, Steve Urkel has caused so much chaos in his life that they're saying that really Carl Winslow is not the happy family man you know him to be. Carl Winslow's in a fucking coma. And is the jarring part of it is Steve Urkel. It's like it keeps trying to wake him up. It's such a dark ass theory. Because me and Spartan seen this and somebody actually talked about it. It was like, no, this is a theory. And I'm like, he really did play cops in a lot of stuff he was in.
Yeah.
And now he has a school named after him in Invincible.
The fact that he never
and he's the principal.
But that's the crazy part. Like during Family Matters, you never see any of Urkel's family members. Talks about them all the time. You never see them. So it's just like, God dang, they might have had a point about him.
I mean maybe the Unabomber, maybe Urkel's a serial killer then.
Urkel was an unsub before Criminal Minds.
Right. There you go.
There's the whole theory that there's the theory that Will's actually dead in Fresh Prince.
Gee, yeah, I heard that one too.
Well, this is fun.
like he never made it out of Philly.
Basically,
joyful conversation.
So he never made it. He never made it out the street fight. He basically is working through all his real life problems with his guardian angels. Every family member in every episode is the amount of times he visits his grave, which is why his dad is only there once.
Yeah.
That does not make it any better.
and yet he's still
Can we throw that theory out? Dear God, people.
Please.
No, he's
bro.
When they did Bel Air, he's like, that's not real. Like, it's creative, but no, that's not. But people ran with that for a long time. And like at the end of the show, when the house is empty and the lights are off, he's finally solved his issues and moving on.
Oh, that's when he's accepted it. When the lights go out, he's accepted it, move on. Yeah.
Oh, you should see the Cartoon Network theories.
Yeah, they got them. Hey Arnold, Rugrats. Hey Arnold, Rugrats. Those are all weird ones.
Yeah.
The Rugrats theory is way worse.
Okay, let's stop. Chris, can we stop this, please? Because I don't know where this is want to go, and I don't want this to go anywhere.
Okay. So before we wrap it up, we have one because we're definitely going to revisit this because there are so many black sitcoms. And we barely covered like half. In Living Single.
That's what my watchers to watch next.
You cannot get better than this show here.
I just wanted to name Kyle Barker. I was close to the name. I'm not gonna lie. When a name like Kyle Barker, I'm like, I just need the voice that goes along with it.
Kyle Barker.
That was actually pretty good. So this is a show, bar none, stands out as probably one of my favorite shows. Like it came on after Martin. You didn't leave the couch.
Nope.
You didn't leave the couch. Martin came on at 8. Living Single came on at 8:30. You didn't leave the couch. Not actually, you didn't leave the couch at all because Martin at 8, Living Single at 8:30, New York Undercover at 9.
Yep,
you wasn't leaving that couch.
Thursday block.
Yeah,
That
you
was
wasn't leaving the
Thursday
couch
block.
till about 10 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. That was your Thursday night was locked in. What you doing? I'm going to watch Martin.
When Fox
Thursday
News was
is locked in.
Yeah,
for
wait,
Black.
God, I made Fox good.
It's like,
Yep.
wait a minute, what you mean what I'm doing? Why are you asking?
See, no, lady. Fox News, Fox in the 90s was pre-Tubi.
No,
That was
here we
that's
go.
It's a little worse.
There was a
Wait, Mark, don't Google the Rugrats theory.
No,
not
don't do
tonight.
it.
Don't do
do
it.
it
Don't do
tonight.
it.
want to cry tonight.
Wait
You
a
don't
minute.
want to cry tonight. Don't do
Go,
it. Don't
go
do
watch
it.
Living
Good
Single
God.
instead. Go watch Living Single instead. Celebrate 30 years.
standard,
Yeah.
the standard was Living Single because
Yes, it was.
you had several successful Black people living in New York, living lives,
Yeah,
and
90s kind of world.
just growing relationships.
Yep.
And I'll be damned if it didn't work.
Yep.
And it was perfect,
It was
especially the
beautiful.
fact
Thank
that
you.
you saw successful lawyers, successful business attorneys. You saw a handyman that was full of knowledge. I was cool with that.
And the one chick that didn't have her shit together but was trying to fake it until she did.
Mm-hmm.
She knew her way in the circles.
She knew her way around.
Regine knew her way in some circles.
Smoochie.
They ain't
Like,
all
they
shit.
had-
Giggity.
Happy 30th.
So yeah, these type of shows like that. So when you hear about that other show, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, that pretty much.
All
Aw.
blasphemy. In a coffee shop.
Love you too. Woo woo woo.
Black people don't exist.
I can watch those shows. Is a show like Living Single. I can consistently watch and still laugh at and still really walk away saying that they really did that.
And Black Lightning was on there.
Yeah, Scooter.
Yeah.
It was on.
And he almost didn't age, and that was like 20 years gap. It felt.
Yeah,
like.
that's why when
Crazy,
Black Lightning,
bruh.
I was like, I know his name is Cress Williams, but at the same time, that's Scooter.
Right.
I was like,
Between him and Heavy D dating Regina at the same time, that was interesting.
so yeah, no.
Oh, you mean
Scooter was after Khadijah.
Yeah.
Heavy D was after Regine.
Heavy D was after Regine. Well, Heavy
And
D
she was
was
just like, she was like, at the same time, Regine was like, he ain't my type, but yo, my man had money.
He broke her
Khadijah
down.
was dating Scooter. and
He
that
broke her
teacher at the
down.
same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But those type of shows, you know, Martin, which for some reason there's been a run of Martin bloopers on Instagram. There's been a massive run of on Instagram and TikTok. There's been a run of Martin bloopers, and the bloopers are hilarious.
All the more reason why,
because they're breaking, like everybody's like cutting loose.
I'm about to say between that one and the Mark Cooper one with what's his face? Damn it! Oh no, Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx with Mark Cooper when he played the drill sergeant during the driving test. It made everybody break.
I can watch that episode numerous because that's a hilarious episode. Because nobody's seen it. Nobody's seen it coming. Nobody's seen it coming.
Don't you break, Bryce. Don't you break. As he's turning his face away. Don't you break.
Don't break. Don't you break, B. Don't you. Are you a sissy boy? No, sir, I am not.
Oh man.
But we're wrapping this one up. You know, I know we went over. We were supposed to go over because
Black History Bonus Day.
Right.
Yay!
There
Yep.
we go.
Happy DLC Day.
Happy leap year, Black History.
You know, we do what we want because,
in case you didn't know it, it is Black History Month, the shortest month of the year.
So we're just gonna do what we want. Oh
man.
So with that being said,
Wrap up protocol initiated, Captain.
welcome to the crew. I had to step out of the line, but we will start this off with one of my best people.
We got it.
There we go.
Because I'm looking at the other screen.
Ship is at capacity. We're learning to maneuver now.
Captain Riker.
We have the bunk space. We just don't have a lot of. We just need a bigger ship.
That's the intro music every time Hero comes on.
We just missing a Jinbei. That's it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Me at this thing on the thing. It's the webs. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram. I'm not on Twitter. I'm kind of on Facebook. Good luck finding me because it's not the same name. Yeah, TikTok, I do some voice acting stuff. I have my podcast that I do on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm taking a break. I will be back on March 10th, where we will continue our discussion about X-Men Red Volume 2, the last 3 issues in the series, which will be book 16 through 18 for our comic book reading club, who I'm very certain I'm going to be calling Lady Mandalores and Athenaeum. Athenaeum.
Athenaeum.
It's a long name,
word,
but it's
I like Room Full of Friends.
Right.
It's the same shit. Y'all listen, look.
Room Full of Friends sounds like I should be watching that on PBS.
Look,
I mean, it's fine. I don't want to call it the dark room, and now I'm taking up too much time. Anyway, yeah, find me there on those things, and F the algorithm and stick and cocaine
coming soon
with the jazz hands.
She said it. She really said it.
We'll do slam poetry in that Goofy movie club. Let's.
Oh my god. Well, creator horror. Talk to the people.
Hello, everybody. I am.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
I thought I'd try something different today. Okay, we are on Geek by Heart on YouTube, Geek by Heart on IG, Geek by Heart on Twitter. Okay, and shout out to Whoopty Freaking Do and Show Yo. Hey,
Oi!
Are you doing downtown Julie Brown right now?
We are in so much trouble.
My husband run Geek by Heart. We're on all those different things I just said. Join us on Fridays. He is streaming Gears of War. The first one, he goes through all of them. So he's doing the first one. When I have time, I stream Hogwarts Legacy. I try to do it on Wednesdays and Saturdays. But yeah, whenever I have time. It's a problem. It's a problem.
Oh my god. Whooping freaking
Yeah. You see how it feels? When you just pop up on you
First
like that, right?
outro.
You wasn't ready. Just dry.
We saw those carbohydrates. We synced them.
I'm Whoopty Freaking Do. I am one of the newest members of the team. You can find me on Instagram at right here, Whoopty Freaking Do. I just joined TikTok today.
Oh,
you can find me there.
I am
she waited till the chaos blew over. That's what happened.
I am so sorry.
Yeah, my sister dragged me into that. That wasn't my choice.
And you'll never get out of it. It's a hole.
Yeah, you kind of fall down in that hole, and it is what it is.
What did he say?
Oh my god.
See?
Just shoehorn that one in.
Hey, I told you I got y'all in order.
I love that shirt.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, blurs of all ages, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Once again, it is your blue glasses wearing, headband sporting, frosty bearded blurticore here. I'm stretching it out a little bit. You can find me over in Ya, so you can come and see Ya as we talk about Ya.
You've been watching a lot of South Park lately, haven't you?
Nope, nope, I have not.
Yeah.
I have not. And I do join the amazing room full of blurs on the Lady Mandalores Anathema or consortium of comics, if you will, as we're talking about the brilliant amazingness. I have a Blerdcore convo coming up very soon. I'm also going to be joining. Wow, I'm just drawing a blank here. Rocky is about to be on the her podcast the 11th, so that's going to be dope. I'm doing content and I'm trying to expand a little bit more on what I'm doing. But if you're not on board with Blerd Station now, you guys,
You have to get on board starting now because the big things we've been predicting are coming true.
That ain't just my mutant gene kicking in.
Exactly. If you want to invest in something that you could own and call your own and support content creators of color, this is where it is. So, in the meantime, in between time, show love, show respect. Most importantly, be a shoulder for somebody and make them laugh too, because that doesn't cost anything.
That's right. It's far.
You can officially find me here on all platforms on Monday.
The finger was a bit off.
I had it ready and then it like shrunk my page. Like I'm noticing we're all a little bit smaller when there are more of us in here. So normally it's like right there, but now I gotta adjust for 8 and 9.
I'm fine.
Can't get off it anyway, so don't get used to it. You can find me here on all platforms. I mostly just keyboard crip in the comment section and do the behind the scenes work for the channel. Thank you all for making my editing and suffering this month worth it. Thank you for 500 and then outdoing my own channel damn near 2 times over. This is the end of my Black History Month domain expansion. As y'all see, I've been up here almost every week and on top of everyone else's shows.
Not the domain expansion.
The domain expansion was Black History Month DLC Day. It's Leap Day is done. We're going back to our normal posting schedule. It is clips on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, the days between when we do the shows. Black History Month, I just like to go overboard, and then I go into a coma for my birthday right after. If you are new here, I know our channel can look overwhelming. I promise. Go to the playlist. Everything's organized. Also, we have a lot of uploads. We're at like 650, but I promise we've only been doing clips consistently for about 5 months. So if you want to like get a feel of where we're at, literally just go to like the home page and do like one hard swipe and just start wherever you land at. I promise it's fun. It's entertaining. I put visuals up so y'all don't get lost because I know we make like 1,000 goddamn references. Sometimes I don't even know what we talk about. I be having to do homework and then be like, oh, that's what he because. Yeah. Also, thank y'all for trying to bully Static Shock back on the air because apparently
they have been going crazy. But I'm all for it.
30,000, but we appreciate y'all who are new here. We appreciate y'all who are returning. Thank y'all for supporting everything I've been helping to put out over here. Thank y'all for supporting us. But throughout the year, please support a Black creator, support a Black cosplayer, support a Black business. Shout out KSI, Toby, and the Sidemen on the shirt. That is all. I'm going to bed. I'm going to go rest. I'm going to rest my channels. Put me back over there.
Oh, you're going to go make some grits is what he's saying. All right. Talk to him, the assassin of cinematic viewing pleasures.
Seeing Will break is always a joy.
I broke Will before Will could break Will.
He said that he made him watch Madam Web.
Mayhem Media on all the platforms. I'm not going to hold y'all because I'm the content creator that doesn't make that much content. So check me out eventually. I am going to continue to flex my Black History Month haul. So if you want to get into any of this, I suggest that you do the damn thing. In the I will say that mental health is important. So please always take your meds, take your PTO, take a deep breath. And I mean, you of course, absolutely had to get it. Love you all. Be amazing. And next month is my birthday month. Gang, gang.
March babies.
Hey.
I mean,
And so
how many of us are in March?
Will, you're missing this though. So I need you to get that. You're missing that.
So me and Will Square got it.
Yeah, but I was gonna sit there and say all March babies. I was like, well, dang, it's him, me. Oh, damn, we're all in March. Cool. All right.
All the
So,
IT.
say what?
It's all the IT people.
That and Obi. Obi's gonna be joining us too.
Your
But
parents really enjoy Christmas or New Year's. That's all I'm going to say.
We're the cousins who share a cake.
My mama shouldn't have been enjoying nothing.
Oh, what was she enjoying, Will? Wow.
Wow. Not the love of the Lord. That's the problem.
I'm just saying, church folks be having the biggest families. They
And
gotta come.
there it goes. Well, we needed you to break.
Oh Lord.
I'm sorry. I was there the moment he said, what was your mom enjoy? And I was like, just
Was that her? Was that her at that Radio Shack?
Not the radio, Lord, and
one day I will tell the clown story. It's not going to be tonight, but anyway.
Wow.
That being said, guys, of course you can find me Black_Spartan615 on the socials. I usually do reviews on everything, including wrestling. Why? Because wrestling is real and people are fake. I also do gym stuff because I like to try to stay in some sort of shape. Of course, I do have a couple podcasts of my own. How the Frack We Got Here, my political podcast every Wednesday at 7 p.m. My video game podcast, Get Bit, every Friday at 7 p.m. Both podcasts by their names can be seen or heard whatever you get your podcast from, as well as Facebook and YouTube. Definitely check out blerdseyeview.org as I do the column for wrestling there. As we have been saying throughout the day, of course, happy birthday to Tafari for another successful trip around the sun. Thank you to our new members that have come along the ship. We are so happy to have you. And at the same time, guys, we have been saying this at the beginning of the show. We will say this at the end of the show. Work, unity, it helps. These black cons, black hotels are out there. Work together. Just don't like and share. Just don't like somebody's stuff and walk off. Like, share, tell people about it. Word of mouth is the greatest algorithm that we have against it. As Kira says, F the algorithm. On top of that, guys, the same 3 rules still apply because con season is still coming around. And again, the same 3 rules apply. Number 1, respect the cosplayer at all times. If not, you run into me. And I'm friendly. Very friendly. I just show you to the door expeditiously in a vertical fashion. Number 2, wash your ass, not just by going to a con, but come on now. Bathe, deodorant, just normal things. Nobody wants to
wash between your
wash your ass. Wash your ass. That's what I'm asking you to do right now. Wash your ass.
Wash up and ya.
No, I am not Cam Newton's bodyguard. Cam Newton does not need a bodyguard. Will Cam Newton does not need a bodyguard. But number 3 is the same rule that I have for myself as for everyone else, guys. In a world that is so very, very cold, be nice, be kind, don't be a dick, and we'll all be cool.
Yeah, Cam Newton's hat doesn't need a bodyguard.
Nope. Man, and it was several that jumped.
Kira, stop that.
Oh my God! Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. If this is your first time here, go over to the YouTube channel, show your love, like everyone else has been doing. Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. You can listen to us wherever you listen to your podcast, including Spotify, iHeart, Apple, and the Be On Air network. You can also watch us on Always Press Record TV. That's APR TV. If you have a Roku or Amazon Fire device, that's right. And if you've been paying attention in the past week and some change, Blerd Station has been making some powerful moves. Blerd Station is not done making powerful moves. We are the News Corps team, Blerd News Network, over at Blerd Station.
Yeah.
You think we're done? Wait till tomorrow.
We got some shit for y'all, motherfuckers.
I put my announcement out early just to abuse one of the algorithms. Thank you, God, for extending my 20s one more day.
If you haven't heard, yes, Blerd Station has signed up Michael Jai White. Blerd Station has also signed up his wife Jillian White. Both amazing martial artists, amazing martial artists and actors in their own right.
We'll see.
We ain't done. My mutant gene kicked in a while ago, so if I'm saying something's happening, something's happening. Don't ask me what.
We got some for that ass. We got some.
Or it requires ointment. I don't know. So.
Yeah, one or the other. I prefer not that one, but but you can catch us live Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Twitch, and IG. Show your love to all the people around you. Support a Black creative. Continue showing your love to a Black business or a small Black business as well. Wherever they're needed, wherever they're called for, we will be there. Shout out to all the Black-owned cons. Shout out to ChromaCon. You're still pushing through. We love you. Thank you. Continue doing what you need to do. and you obviously have the support of the Blerd community, which is an amazing thing. We've been watching you. Keep your heads up. With that being said, well, let's wrap this up. We're done.